To the Goofball army out there, hi at the families. Tell them to get to the next room. Tell them to go to your neighbors because we got Goofball news to go over, and it might get crazy.
Typically does, guys. If it's your first episode ever, you got like 30 seconds before we start, so not enough time to go to the bathroom, but go get a drink because trust me, you're probably going to need it there. In the meantime, the rest, if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. That way you know about future episodes as well, guys. Buckle your seatbelts if you haven't already. Make sure your tray is in the upright position here, guys, because we are just about ready to get going. And like, oof.
Guys, if you want a crazy ride going forward, a bunch of nonsense, but all nothing but the truth about the Giants, listen in, buckle in, tell a friend.
Let's go.
And now, here are your Goofball hosts, Drew and Rob.
Welcome, fellow Goofballs, to Two Giant Goofballs, the New York Giants podcast. I am Drew here with our live play-by-play of the second week of action here on the preseason, guys. We got a fun game here planned. It's the battle for MetLife Stadium here. So I'm watching here on the live programming here with NFL Plus. If anybody else is looking for a way to watch it besides NFL Plus, it's also on the NFL Network directly and also on NBC4. It's going to be if you're in the New York area as well. So looks like from what I'm seeing here, though, those of y'all that are on the NFL Network should be lucky enough to get the Giants actual programming, because when I'm here on NFL Plus, that's what it's giving me. So that's typically what it is, though. Much better than last week. We got stuck with the stupid programming that the Bills were putting out, where they spent more time talking about the new stadium coming up. They did the actual game itself here. So kickoff is just about to begin, guys. Should be a fun one there. I think we got to see. The big story is going to be obviously the rookies. Is Jackson Dart going to go ahead and have an amazing game like he had that first one? Is Abdul Carter going to look as great as he's looked for a lot of the training camp here, as well as also with the 6 snaps that we saw, 3 of which being pass rushes last week. I think for me, that's a big one for me. I want to see more Abdul Carter. And unless there's something I'm unaware of where he's got some kind of injury they haven't announced or anything like that, I want to see more of him in snap-wise here. As we're starting off here with the kickoff, a big return there out to the 41-yard line there for the Jets there. That's definitely a big start for them there. Let's see. We got Howard Cross here talking. It's good to have. It's great to have the Giants actual programming as opposed to the Bills like last week, guys. Looks like on the return, what's up? Hold on 1 second. Oh, there we go. Look at it. They're showing on the hitting. Jalen Hyatt, Evan Neal, all ready to go there as the defensive start here. So now, big change this week with the Jets. For those who haven't aware, Justin Fields has been dealing with a little bit of an injury here, but he is playing. It looks like they got him starting here. So that's good news for Jets fans. Honestly, good news for Giants fans as well. I hate to say it that way, but listen, you want to play some starters here. You want to see what you got. So, but they had a quick pass out. Now 2nd and 6 now for the Jets. Justin Fields under center. Looks like they're setting up for a run. A lot of motion there. And there we go. There is the run. It's been the crux of the Giants defense there, is stopping the run. So got Breece Hall with a close to a first down. A decent run there on 2nd down for them. And guys, you got pretty much all the starters out there for the Giants defense there. So that's good to see. Cordell Flott is starting in this game. If anybody's wondering, the whole Banks and Flott battle there for CB2. Obviously, we're going to keep an eye also to see if 51 pops up on the field. That's the big one we're watching too, to see Abdul Carter. But 3rd down and 2. Got shotgun formation. There's definitely some motion going on. You got to think it's a run, and of course it's a run again. Got to see. It looks like the Giants actually stopped him. A little slow to get up there too, as well. So there's the run. Yeah, no, they don't stopped him. So that's good to see there. They're doing a measurement to make sure. I'm plugging in. Got to plug in my headphones. We started up so I can go ahead and hear the plays here for you guys. Yeah, that's gonna be third and short. That's been a big lately. It's been stopping the run, even in all of camp here. It's been something they've really struggled with. So that's always good to see. Let's see. Virtual measurement. And this is taking forever. This is something they got to figure out. This has been like all of this. It's been like nonstop to go ahead and see this measurement system going on. They're going to go for it. They're saying so. There we go. Now I got my headphones set up here. Wait, actually, so 4th and inches, guys. This is a big one here for the Giants. Like I said, this has been their issue is stopping the run. They stopped it on 3rd and 2. It's 4th and inches now. 4th and inches. Let's see if the Giants can stop it. You got Allen, obviously, he's the backfield. Remember, he's the big bruiser they got last year in the draft. Here we go. And nope, first down. They got it. Gets about an extra yard even on top of that there. I mean, that's a hard thing to stop there. They got just 1 inch out of it, so I guess I can't get too mad. But I'd love to see the fourth and down, 4th inches stop there. That'd have been nice to see that for sure. But again, Giants have had trouble, guys. That's been one of their issues is stopping the run. So you got Hall back out there with Fields going back into shotgun formation. Got a 3 receiver set. 1st and 10. Here we go. Ball is snapped. Fields looking around. Oh, under pressure there. Goes to throw to Hall. Overthrows it at that point there. So Kayvon get into the backfield, disrupting the timing on that pass there. So they're showing the replay now, but it looks like Kayvon. Yep, Kayvon off the edge. This is what we're expecting. That pass rush has got to be a difference maker. That's Membu, by the way, the rookie he did that to, who looked really good in camp for the Jets there. Bad high snap there. Oh, receiver screen to Wilson. They're going to lose some mega yards in that thing. Besides the snap, it was just Giants sniffed the play out very, very easily. Drew Phillips on the coverage, if you want to call it coverage there, because it was 3 Giants basically around him. Perfect reaction to that play. Third down, guys. All right, let's see what we got. A shotgun formation is 3rd and 10. Plays off. Fields throws. Covered. Paulson or Debo. Looks like the Jets were hoping for a flag, but he just blanketed him. Absolutely blanketed him. That's what we need. Paulson or Debo healthy. I guess, guys, that's a big injury that he's coming back from. If people aren't aware, that's a big injury. He literally dealt with a broken leg as a corner. Like that's no joke, guys. That is absolutely no joke. So, all right. So, Jets are punting the ball away. Austin McNamara about to punt. And it's going to be a short, as expected, punt there. And right into the wow. Get knocked out of the end zone there. Woo. So Giants going to start at the 6-yard line. Russell Wilson warming up. Russell Wilson is ready to go, guys. So, that was a great special teams play by the Jets. I hate to give them any credit, but that's a great special teams play by the Jets, guys. So again, you got now Giants on the offense. Obviously, we're expecting a very, very poor mix of wide receivers. I guess probably the best way to put it. Obviously, we've been having all kinds of issues with the wide receiver group as a whole. Malik Nabers has been dealing with his injuries. He's got a couple of small nagging injuries they've been very careful with, including obviously the foot injury he's had since back in his LSU days. Jalen Hyatt, we saw him earlier on the coverage here in full, uniform, ready to go. That's big for him. This is a big camp for him. He's got to show he can do something for this team at this point. Darius Slayton's been battling injuries, so we'll see what we got overall on there. But I got to think at this point, the guy I'm most excited to see is going to be Jalen Hyatt. Like, that's a guy that we haven't seen this year since his supposed resurgence. Russell Wilson's been talking positively about him like every chance he gets. Suppose he's added weight on at that point to go ahead and get stronger. So, we're going to have to see what happens here. But I'm hoping that Jalen Hyatt wasn't as much as a waste of pick as he's looked like so far, because he has definitely been a disappointment. I also want to see if they open up the playbook a little bit too, which would help Hyatt there, but also just something fun to see as a Giant fan overall. Last week when Russell Wilson came in, it was all dink dunk, 3, 4, 5 yard kind of plays, a lot of movement towards the tight end. I got to think that some of that, at the very least, was because of the wide receiver injuries, but I think a lot of it too is the Giants don't want to show what their offense is going to look like fully. And that's smart. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to blast them on that when I say before that I want to see more of the offense. It's just I want to see more of the offense. I want to see what it looks like. Quite frankly, I just want freaking season starter. If I'm being honest, guys. But we got this game left. We got the Pats and Giants on Thursday as well. That's also a home game if anybody's looking for the rest of the preseason schedule before we kick off on the road the first 2 weeks against the Commanders and the Cowboys. I'll actually be at the game here with the Patriots game as I'm flying up here from Florida later this week. So let's see here. So they're about to start coming back there. All right. Giants in huddle. I'm curious to see what they do as far as the starting line here, as far as the offensive line. Hudson. Okay, Hudson is still out there, left tackle. All right. Got Russell Wilson under center. Slayton out there. Bo Collins out there. Running it on first down. They're going to get about a yard. Nothing major. Tyrone Tracy Jr. Gotta get used to seeing Slayton at that new number, though. That's for sure. That's something I'm used to. Starting offense, they have Slayton, little Jordan Humphrey, and Wan'Dale Robinson as the starting receivers. Interesting, because does that mean that little Jordan Humphrey has eclipsed Jalen Hyatt on the depth chart? Not a good sign for him, if that's for sure. So they gave him 2 yards. So we got 2nd and 8. Russell Wilson under center there. Double tight end. Snap the ball. Another run up the middle. This one's got a hold of. There we go. Tracy's got it. That's going to be about 9-10 yards there. So first down. Actually giving him 11 yards. Ooh. At least that's what Bob Papa said. So absolute great there. Ooh. That's Illuminor and Greg Van Roten who opened up that on the right-hand side, opened up that hole. That was nice. Good blocking. When did you see that as a Giants fan? Whew. All right, we got 1st and 10 here, guys. Ball is now about the 18.5-yard line. Got Slayton in motion. So both receivers on the right side. Russell Wilson is going to chuck it. He's got some time there. He's chucking it deep. Deep ball. Bo Collins. Oh, there we go. Touchdown. Touchdown. We haven't called it yet. Oh, no, it's at the 1. Oh my gosh. Down to the 1. I thought it was going to be a touchdown all day long. That was a little underthrown. If you watch, they're showing the replay now. He needed to come down right before he hits. It's a good call. I want to see the throw again, though. Yeah, he was definitely a little short there, right on that, as they're talking about that on the teleplay here. But I want to see that deep ball pass again. It looked like it was a little slightly underthrown there, but good adjustment by Collins to get that. He's impressed a lot in camp so far. Going for the touchdown here. Tracy, I don't think he broke the play. I think he's like the 1-inch yard line basically at this. The guys, we talked about that opening up the offense. The deep pass is something we haven't seen a lot of good there. And Daniel Jones, quite frankly, just whatever. I don't know if it's the injury to his neck or him getting ruined by these offensive coordinators, but he wasn't good any longer as a deep ball, which was a strength of his in the beginning. So, Russell Wilson, though, does throw a nice deep ball. All right, second and goal here, guys. You got Motor, Devin Singletary in at the running back position. Bo Collins motioning inside. It's going to be another run. And there we go. That should be a touchdown. I think you got that in. Waiting for the signal on TV, though. There we go. Touchdown. Let's see who. Oh, here we go. Bo Collins. Key block there, all with Theo Johnson onto that right-hand side. So interesting. Bo Collins gets the big toss down the field, helps with the big block to get the touchdown. There we go. Perfect way to start the game, guys. Perfect way. Defense holds up, no points. And then nice big deep down toss there by Russell Wilson to Bo Collins. And then Bo Collins in there for the major block on the touchdown. And extra point is good, guys. So Giants officially going up 7-0. There we go. All righty. So defense coming back in the field here next. I got a little commercial break there. Again, great start to the game there for the Giants. Giants have looked good this preseason. I hate to be optimistic as a Giants fan here because it's like I want to see good positive play in the regular season, but they have looked good so far this preseason. You know, I mean, think about it. You got two drives with the starting offense so far and a field goal and a touchdown. Can't complain about that. As much as I wish the first one was a touchdown. Unfortunately, had a lot of holding calls by Hudson that kind of killed it last week. But yeah, great start there. Again, defenses look good again as well. They look pretty damn good against the Bills, who did play a lot of their starters. Jay, they have put in Dart. You always want Dart in. Let Russell Wilson have his time. Oh my gosh. They're going to go ahead and put Dart in. We all know that. Dart's going to have probably a decent sized role in this game. This is potentially the only time the Giants are going to see him in actual game action for a little while. Once the season starts, he's not going to see the field for a little bit there. So if all goes right, at least. So let me get a score up here on the teleprompter here for us at the bottom. There we go. We're going to do it a different way here. So it's hidden. What? Jay says, did you add the Mike Gundy to the soundboard? The Mike, I don't know what you're talking about, man. But guys, again, defense about to get on the field there. Hopefully we see some, Abdul Carter. That'd be nice to see. Oh, he says, I'm a man, I'm 40. I don't know the sound you're talking about, man. I really don't. What's it from? You gotta give me something, Jay, on that. I'm not too familiar with that one. It's talking to a Hard Knocks commercial. You guys think about Hard Knocks again for the Giants. That's sad. I was hoping to avoid that ever again. Let me put it up. Like, there we go. That's one of those things that I never want to see the Giants on Hard Knocks again after what happened last year. But that's apparently something we're going to see. Something we're going to see. So, all right. Let's see. Kickoff's about to start there. Okay. Jason's, I got to Google this Mike Gundy 40 thing. I'll look at it. There we go. Oh, there we go. Talk about a big hit, but didn't land. Didn't go ahead and wrap up. Cambry, though, was the guy who got that hit there. If you look at that big smack in the game there, and that's the guy who was, quite frankly, a special teamer in college. I was kind of shocked that he even got signed by somebody, but he has really impressed people. There we go. They're watching the show. Anyways, really impressed people on special teams to specify, but here we go. Watch, they're showing the throw that Russell Wilson did, and you can see it right there where Collins slowed down just a little bit. You know what? Not as bad in the rewatch as it looks like in motion there. But yeah, Like I said, nice to see the Giants score in there. All right. Toss out to Hall. Giants saw immediately, got about a 1 yard loss. And that is Carter out there in the field. I saw that 51. See the replay. But Brian Burns got credit with the tackle, but I did see 51 coming up there. So let's see. Yes. Mac the Giants possess. I'm expecting Abdul Carter that 3rd and long, and Jason says now hide Abdul and accuse our rivals game 1 and 2. Here we go. Hall again. And getting about 2 yards. Listen, if you get him to give up like a couple yards and that's it. Robertson Harris on that stop, by the way, guys. Run defense does not look bad at all so far. Not at all. So Abdul Carter is still out there, by the way. I just saw him on the left side of the screen. They're showing him again. If you watching right by the ref there. He's out in the field. And you see him with his hand on the ground, by the way. And it's an obvious passing play. Let's see. No, it's a run. I take it back. And their run defense, we're talking about being so good, just gave up 10 yards. So they're down to the 40-yard line. Let's see here. There is, by the way, if you look, that was Carter on with Vera Tucker. And Vera Tucker did a decent job on him. All right. Let's see here. Third. Oh, got movement. Got movement as a flag. I think it's going to be the false start of the Giants based on the reaction there. That's for sure. Looks like Nacho. Raheem Nunez Roches. Yep. They gave him a encroachment. So first down, 5 yards less now. The halfway there. Jason's any team that stuffs the run will kill Justin Fields. He sucks. He definitely counts the run. I don't want to say he's like DJ, but he's got that style of play. He definitely depends on the run. He uses his legs to get yards too as well. We got shotgun formation here, and got it. Hall. Hall does get the handoff there. Abdul Carter gets credit. It's a 1 yard loss on that. Let's see the replay. I want to see that. I want to see more replays in this telecast. It's been pretty good so far, though. Here we go. And yep. No. Here we go. So I think Carter got a little too much credit on that play. But 2nd and 5, they're still saying. I think it was a yard loss there originally. So another run play and another okay-ish stop, I'll say in that one. A couple yards to Hall. So it's going to be a 3rd down coming up here. They're showing Aaron Glenn. It still looks so weird to see Aaron Glenn as a head coach, man. Feels like just like last week, he's putting on that uniform and being a longtime corner for those Jets. I love that he got this first chance with the Jets. That's kind of cool for him to be able to go back home like that, you know? All right, 3rd and 1. So let's see here. And it is a run. And Giants need to get, I was about to say, Giants aren't set up in a right motion for that. They gave up about 3 yards. That I don't understand why you're going in that kind of formation in a 3rd and 1. They were really worried about the pass for some reason. You know? Jason's can't wait to see all of our sacks, but team need to throw so they can just run all day. Yep. And Mac, the Giants feels clear. The Giants are trying to exploit our defense's weakness. Well, that, and it's also their strength. Let's be honest here. Justin Fields, your quarterback. You're not going to throw often. 1st and 10. Fields is going to throw, though. And he's under pressure and runs for it. Going to get about 6-7 yards there. I want to see who was in. Thibodeau was in on that one. So Burns was out on that one. So I think Carter was back out of that. I was trying to see. We're on Carter watch basically right now with everything the way he's going. All right. 2nd and 4, guys. Here we go. Got motion with Johnson. So let's say Giants are bringing people. They brought them to the wrong side, though. So that's a big run. There's been some issues with the packages the Giants are using in this. They were clearly, if you watch the replay here, they were clearly bringing people up on the left-hand side. Jets ran to the right. Play before, 3rd and short, and for some reason they're going like they're trying to stop a pass. So I like that the Jets are going to keep on doing this, though. Run on this team, force them to figure out how to stop the run, because rather than learn now in the regular season, 1st and 10, Jets had the ball about the 28-yard line. And it's going to be another run. All going to get about 2, maybe 3 yards. So DJ Davidson out there, guys. Also, if you're wondering who else is out there, McFadden, Burns is still out there. So kind of a mix between starters and backups here. 2nd and 8. So there was 2 yards you're giving them. And you got Allen in there. Shotgun formation. So I got to think this is going to be a pass here. Who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. And it's a run. I am wrong. And he's just bruising on through. Gets about 5 yards on that one, looks like. So we got a 3rd and short coming up. Carricky on the stop. But and they're talking about how the Jets are going to be who they're going to be, and that's 100% right. This is what the Jets are. They're a running team. They are not a pass first team. They are a pass last. So 3rd and 2 is shotgun formation. Obviously, got to think they're going to run, though, because they want to go for the 1st down, but we'll see if I'm wrong. And, of course, once again, oh, there we go. Good coverage there. That was Cordell Flott and Garrett Wilson. Jay says this is like Rob trying to stop eating Golden Corral. It ain't happening until it can't happen. Exactly. They should have ran. They were stupid. Jets were stupid on that. Like the Giants have shown they can't stop the run, and the Jets are like 3rd and 2. Let's throw it. Idiots. The Jets are the Jets. 38-yard field goal lining up here for Folk. I can't believe Nick Folk is still playing. And field goal looks like it should be good. Here we go. So Giants still up, though, 7-3. That's the big thing here. 2:19 to go in the first. Let's update that score. So Giants going back on offense here. We'll have to see what happens if the Giants go ahead and put the starters back out there for a longer time period. That was a rumor that they were going to do that. We'll have to find out what happens here. But that was what they said, is that the Giants were going to go ahead and do a little more time with the starters out there. So also should let people know, in case they haven't figured out, I changed the settings for this video. In order to do a comment on YouTube, you do have to go ahead and be a subscriber to the channel, just because we got so much spam last one from all of these people trying to get us links to watch the game and stuff like that. I don't want to give you guys links in the chat that, very well could be, viruses and all that kind of stuff there. So I changed that to just subscribers only. So if you want to comment, that's what you got to do. You got to hit the subscribe. There's worse things to have to do than hit that. So kind of curious to see if Hyatt comes in, though, now. Again, 2nd series. I'd like to see him in this. He should be playing like the whole damn game if he's healthy enough to do it at this point. He missed so much damn time. Like, he needs time out there. Like, you can't get better by sitting on the sidelines. This kid needs to get better. Still got some expectations of him there. I don't think he's ever going to be a guy that's going to be a great receiver at this point, but I need him to at least be a serviceable receiver in this league. Because look at the depth of the receiver, guys. It's not the greatest. That's for sure. So, hopefully I'm wrong about him and he becomes something decent for us, but I just don't think so. Chases. Hyatt sucks. This dude. Max Giants, but Hyatt was out there on the Collins deep ball. Interesting. Okay. I was so focused on, Collins there that I didn't see him out there. Jason's NYG Twitter will explode if Hyatt does anything at all. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. Oh my gosh. Uh, so it looks like they're about to start as they're doing their commercials coming back from break here, guys. All right. Let's get this up here. All right, guys, here we go. Kickoff about to start. Jason's WTF is Carlton Banks coming in for Oshevsky with the return. Oh my gosh, bounced it around. Not a great return, but that was a great leap for him. Oh my gosh. All right, here we go. Russell Wilson, yep, is going back out. That looks like all the starters. I'm seeing Greg Van Roten, obviously. There's Jermaine Illuminor. You got Theo Johnson. Dart's got his helmet on, though. He's ready to go. All right, here we go. Russell Wilson starts under center. It's a little bit emotional. Looks like because the Jets started pointing like crazy. I look at the right side. Okay, Theo Johnson. Guys, that's one thing we really got to work on at this team with because its penalties have been nonstop still. Dulcich's out there. Interesting. Is today Rob's 40? That was yesterday. He's 40 in one day today. All right. First and 15 now. Russell Wilson still under center. Tracy as the running back. Hyatt is at the top of the screen, but they are going to run it. Tracy's going to get, looks like about 2 yards. So, Jason, I got the feeling this Bo Collins a bit more than David Sills, Alex Beckham types. We'll see. I mean, he's a rookie, so you don't know. That's the beauty of it. There's potential there. Especially when he's showing you stuff like this. That's for sure. Because that's against the starters for the Jets, guys. That's not like that's not like a scrub team he's playing at that point there. All right. Second and 12, Russell Wilson tosses it. Wan'Dale Robinson. So going to get about 5-6 yards. They're just kind of ticking away at that 15 yards they had to start off with because of that penalty. So good throw. Curious to see the all 22 season with a little deeper open, but that's a good throw. I mean, 3rd and 6. So you figure at that point, that's what 7-yard gain they had. So, all right, 3rd and 6, guys. Russell Wilson under center, shotgun formation again, moving around a little bit. There we go. Oh, come on. Good throw. Wan'Dale Robinson again, but wide open down the field and couldn't do it. Let's see it here. Wide open. Something wrong with his. I don't know if it's the hand size or something, but it's just that's the one knock on him. He gets open all the time. He's so damn good at routes, but that's a drop, and that's been an issue last year for him. Like I got high hopes for Wan'Dale Robinson, but if he can't learn to catch the damn ball, that's an issue. That's kind of the most important part of being a receiver. And that was a perfect pass to him, exactly where it had to be, and for whatever reason, just couldn't hold on to it. It does look like his hands weren't necessarily in the right spot either at that point there, to catch it there. You're taught early on as a receiver to go ahead and create that diamond, so to speak. Those are you guys who are wrestling fans as well back in the day. Remember Diamond Dallas Page? Like that's how you're supposed to catch it. That's what it's supposed to be for. And his hands weren't in the right position either. I mean, small hands to begin with, not which is not great for a receiver, but ugh. Gonna have to go ahead and get that fixed, that's for sure. And that's what he should try to fix over the offseason. I don't want to harp too much on that drop because it's one drop, but it's like he just killed the drive. Absolutely killed the drive. So all right. So anyway, defense is coming back up. Let's see how many starters we got going on here because that's 3rd drive now. You got to wonder what they're going to do there. I mean, the Jets, are they going to put Tyrod Taylor out there to face his old, Jay says that was like giving Rob vegan food. Rejected. Yeah. Yeah, that was oh yeah, guys. Again, I hate to harp on it, but that was such a bad drop. Perfectly placed ball, just where it had to be. Hit him right in the damn hands. Jay says Tyrod is hurt. Okay. So it might seem a little longer than at that point. Got Adrian Martinez, then would be the next quarterback up if we get into backups there according to their depth chart. So that's a 1 year quarterback out of Kansas State. So yeah, I think the Giants should be feasting on defense if he's coming out. So maybe they keep him in a little long. Yeah. And then he says Adrian Martinez gonna dice us up. No, he better not. Oh my gosh. First quarter just about over there, guys, by the way. 39 seconds left on the quarter. They're showing the play again. Let's see. Like I said, perfect route, perfect throw. Everything was there. Let's see. Perfect. Good pass. Good route. Wide open. Yeah. I mean, he did have to go a little back up, and the Giants telecast kind of saying that a little bit there, but no, that's on Wandell. It hit the hands. It hits your hands. You're supposed to catch it. That's the rule. Jets starting at the 21. Trying to see who's in at quarterback, and it definitely is Adrian Martinez there. Got a run for a couple yards there from Allen. They're showing Thibodeau, though, so we still got some starters on defense out. All right. Giants talk about a 5K they're doing if anybody's interested in running around for no apparent reason. All right, so 2nd and 6 here is where we're at. I see Carter out there. Carter and Thibodeau are the edge rushers out there. Let's see. Flag. Oh, end of the quarter. Okay. So we got second quarter. All right. As they're going to move the ball around a little bit here, let me go ahead and adjust that to be the second quarter. There we go. Second quarter. So, yeah, like I said, we got to see this defense should be balling out the rest of the way, guys. Quite frankly, they got scrubs going into quarterback the rest of the way. That's going to be a big thing. A good play from the defense is not going to be enough for me to be excited. It's got to be like domination. We got starters out there right now. You know, we'll see if they change that. Obviously, with the change of the quarter there, we got starters out there. They're not crushing it against Martinez as the quarterback. Jason Martinez isn't bad. Yes, he is. He says that shit looks like Mutombo block shot to bounce off his hands that hard. Yes. No, not in my house. But yeah, listen, Martinez is not a good player, guys. Yeah. You gotta go ahead and just absolutely crush it. Let's see. I'll give you guys a little background on Martinez. I just want to load up here to make sure I'm remembering correctly from scouting days there. But yeah, last year he was on the Birmingham Stallions of the UFL. Yeah. Was on the practice squad with the Lions. Now he was the UFL MVP. So I guess that's something. He was also the rushing leader for them. Doesn't make any sense from the quarterback position. So yeah, he did really good in the UFL, but had his chance already in the NFL and just hasn't stuck yet. So we'll have to see what happens. Let's see here. And you're a Giants fan talking crap about the quarterbacks. I am. Our quarterback's not so bad anymore. It's okay. And he says Mexican football player. I'm trying to look for you real quick to see as far as his ethnicity. It just says that he has a mixed heritage of African American, white, and Hispanic. I'm not seeing specifically which country as far as Hispanic. Jason, you got a 40-year-old crab leg thief and a kid with a bad haircut. Listen, we got a guy who's probably going to be going in the Hall of Fame. Say what you want to Russell Wilson, he probably will go in the Hall of Fame. I know he's at the back end of his career, but that's the truth of the matter there. You got also on top of that a number one overall pick in Jameis Winston. Granted, he hasn't been a number one overall pick play wise, but he's still been a guy who's one of the best backups in the league right now. You get a first round pick, and then you got DeVito, of course. We're missing a big throw here. And he says Eli's in the Hall of Fame. Eli should be in the Hall of Fame. Should be. Martinez does got a nice throw there. So listen, we'll give him that credit, Jay, since you're talking so positively about him there. But that point blank, anybody could have thrown that. So, all right. 1st and 10 again for the Jets there. About the midfield area there. So 45. All right, should be a run to start there. Allen going, and there we go. Wrapped up pretty decently. We got a flag on the play. I see the top left-hand corner there. Looks like Robertson Harris on the stop. Again, the Giants have a lot of the starters still in. Holding offense. There we go. So Giants getting a little bit of yards in a 10-yard penalty. Hold was on Cole Laveo. And Jay says the Jets punted. You got to upgrade your internet. My internet's fine. Here, I'm going to refresh it for you, though. Let's see where we end up. This is all what the NFL Plus is giving me, man. All righty. Yeah, I got a second down is what I got. So I don't know about the punting. That's what I got, a second down on the NFL Plus. Maybe you got to stop paying so much for your internet. I got a 2nd and 12 here now. Another run going. Got Allen again there. Decent run, nothing too crazy. Carter in there in the area to stop. Drew says, Jay says, Drew, you're like Kayvon, all pro talk and swag, but no game. I had some game. All right, we got 3rd and 8, guys. 3rd and 8. Let's see. Thibodeau, Carter, Flott, McFadden. Like I said, a lot of starters still out there, guys. A little bit of motion going on there. 3rd and 8. Sets up a screen and nowhere near it. Phillips still gets the hit because he had his head down for there. So, yeah, here comes that punt. Let's see the show in the replay. Carter was right in the backfield. So was Thibodeau. Oof. As Carl Banks says, point blank, that should have been an interception. And yeah, if they weren't so dead set on trying to go after the receiver and actually decided to try to go after the ball, that would have actually been maybe an actual interception. Pinned inside of the 4-yard line. There is a flag though on the play. We'll have to see what that is there. Another decent punt by the Jets there. Holding on the Giants. Half the distance to the goal. Oh no, we're gonna lose 2 yards, guys. Hole was on Raheem Lane, this backup safety, by the way, guys. Russell Wilson going back out there saying again, though. So we're gonna go to commercial break though, as we got 12 minutes left in the second quarter there. So 12 minutes left in the half. So again, Giants defense doing their thing though this game. Again, I wouldn't say that the Jets are the best tests in the world, that's for sure. But Giants defense doing their thing. So can we calm down the Carter talk though with this game though? Maybe everybody's all excited because he had 3 pass rushes and all 3 of them he got a pressure. Told you guys, would be 100% pressure rate the whole season. But he's looked good. But again, he hasn't gotten to the quarterback. So why I keep saying we gotta temper the talk on Carter a little bit. Got to temper the talk. Let's get him a chance to actually get established in this league before we start crowning him. So interesting though, that Russell Wilson going back out again. You got to wonder if they had a longer drive and Wan'Dale Robinson actually used his hands. Maybe he wouldn't have gone out there, but that was a short second drive there, thanks to that big drop by Wan'Dale Robinson. So, all right, this is why one thing I hate about this stuff: too much commercials. And this flag commercial, they keep showing it nonstop. This NFL flag football thing. And then that and the Hard Knocks is like nonstop. But like I said, a good start so far for the Giants, though. They're winning. Can't complain. No one's gotten hurt yet for the Giants. Can't complain. That's my biggest thing. No injuries. No injuries. But I'd love to see Russell Wilson as going back out there again, getting Jalen Hyatt involved. He kept talking about him. It's not even that I believe in Hyatt. It's that he kept talking about him every single press conference, every single chance he got. Kept talking about Jalen Hyatt. Yeah, I don't see Hyatt out there making plays. He's been out there already. You know, I'd be interested to watch the film later on to see if he's getting open. Because that's the biggest thing with him. He's got the speed. He doesn't have the route running. He doesn't have the ability to get off press. It's a one-trick pony there. All right. Let's see here. Let's say about to go as they're doing the commercial here by the announcers before they get started. The end commercials to put on commercials. That's why you want the alternate streams always. Mac the Giants fans, Carter didn't quite get there, but he definitely affected the pass. Oh, 100%. I'm just saying. Oh, there we go. Evan Neal out there. There he is. Evan Neal's out there at right guard. He is with the starting offensive line there overall. So there's Illuminor next to him, JMS. Giants starting really, really in bad position at the 2-yard line. So should be a run to get out. But nope. Fake. And there we go. Russell Wilson wide open. Oh, Jalen Hyatt. I told you, Jalen Hyatt. They got him involved. Let's see the replay, see what kind of pass. Well, it might have been a hook route. Yep, hook route. Actually, a little bit of out more than a hook, but nice. Oh, here we go. Elijah Chapman in the game on offense. There he is. I want to see him. It's our mini fridge. Tracy's got it. Chapman's the fullback, and Tracy's going to get a couple yards out of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, about 4, 5 yards maybe. Let's see the replay and show the Chapman block. They're already talking nice about him. Let's see. It looked like it was nice there, but I want to see. There we go. Okay, yeah. He did do a decent block. So, but let's see. Took him a second to find someone to block, but 2nd and 6. So those 4 yards are giving him here. Shotgun formation for Wilson. Looks like Slayton. Yeah, there we go. Oh, there we go. Hyatt deep pass out to him, but wasn't a good throw. Looked like he might have had some pressure on him. But they're trying to get him out there. Here we go. Let's see the replay there. Neal on a pass. See what it does in pass coverage. Not bad. Not bad at all. So there you go. Good to see some positivity on the Evan Neal side. 3rd and 5, guys. Shotgun formation again. And going to do a route to Singletary. Yeah. I don't know who else was open, but that was not the move to make. Russell Wilson had time. Gave it to the running back. Check down. Yeah, no. Bad decision. Again, without knowing who's deep downfield, because I don't have obviously live all 20, the all 22 data there, but you could tell right from the get-go that besides an amazing move by Motor, that was not going to be a first down. So 4th and 4, the punt team, Scottish Hammer coming out. Here we go. Good punt to the 25. And it looks like he's going to step outside about the 28. Jesus, Scottish Hammer has any team had more nicknames, has more guys with nicknames who suck. Scottish Hammer does not suck, first off. And Rob and I both were extremely, extremely critical of him back in 22. We started this podcast the very first year, but the last 2 years, he's been pretty damn good. He says, like, dude, you got to be good to have a nickname. He's been good. What's your issue with the Scottish Hammer, Jay? Boogie Basham? Yes, he sucked. Should not have had a nickname. But in all fairness, he came to the NFL with one. We didn't give him one. So, call him, I don't know. I'm going to call him Carlos. Boogie Basham, just call him Carlos. He said he did get better, but nickname worthy. Yes, he's been damn good. JMS. JMS is not a nickname. JMS is his initials. Motor. Yes, Motor again. Good player. He's at the end there, like that's not exactly the best time of his career, but he's been a 1,000-yard player for quite some years. Danny Dimes, yes, DJ sucked. Absolutely. But in all fairness, we gave it to him, that nickname, his rookie year. And he looked good his rookie year. Like, they had some promise. That point blank, if he had played the first 4 weeks, he might have had the rookie touchdown record. So, he lost the ability to get a nickname later on because he sucked, but he was good. The rookie year, he was good. So, who else? Who else you got, Jay? Who else that has a nickname you say sucks? Jay says, I can't call somebody an acronym if they're terrible at the job. JMS, not allowed. Listen, I think most people say it's shorter. It's not that we like JMS, but saying John Michael Schmitz is just ridiculously long. So, but another flag football commercial, the same commercial they keep throwing nonstop up there. Let's see. Giants showed a little history there. Well, Fran Tarkenton, it looks like there, if I remember correctly. All right. Oh, they're showing the initial Giants-Jets matchup. All right. You'll see here. Jay says Chris Long was calling JNS and laughing about it. All right. Jets back up. Ball about the 29-yard line. Martinez rolling out. All the time in the world. Ooh. Toss it to Smith, who got hit immediately. Anyone could see. He should have thrown it away. Should have point blank thrown it away. So, Jason's Darius Alexander into the chat. He is up there. 91. There he is. He's out there on the field. Phillips still out there. I'm kind of shocked by that one. Okereke is still too. So we still got a lot of the starters out there. So here we go. We're going to run it again. And there we go. Giants again can't stop the run. 7-yard run. Like I said, the Giants got to figure this whole stopping the run thing. I don't know why that seems to be so difficult. Like, this was something we upgraded supposedly. There's Chauncey Golston, by the way, out there. Another exciting addition from the Giants there, former Cowboy. Looks like Corey Black is out there as well. Let's see. Here we go. 3rd and 2. It's going to be a pass play. And, nowhere to go. Threw it. Incomplete. 4th and 2. Let's see. Oh, they said Abdul Carter got flattened. I want to see this replay. Let's see. Abdul Carter. Oh, yes, he did. Oh, yes, he did. Got shipped by Stone Smart at the tight end at an Old Dominion. As Jace is very suspect that Big Dash is not streaming while Darius Alexander is playing. Just saying, hashtag conspiracy theory. All right, punts away. Fair catch about the 11-yard line there. Let's see here. Jay says, whatever happened to that running back we had, Andre Williams from Boston College, I think. Oh, he's been long gone. Long gone. Dorothy says, is Black playing with the first team? He's been out there, but it's kind of like first team mixed in with second team. It's been a kind of a mix there. Mac, the Giants fans, he had his welcome to the NFL moment. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Let's see here. Let's see what is Andre Williams up to now. Like I said, I think he's been out for quite a while. He's 32 years old now, guys. Whew. Talk about feeling old, that's for sure now. So let's see. Yeah, he hasn't played since 2017, Jay. That's how far back we're going. 2017. All right. So got to see now who's going to be the quarterback. I think they're going to bring Jackson Dart at this point. Makes sense. That's for sure. Let's see here. Trying to see for you what Andre Williams is up to, Jay. We're going to figure this out. He's with the Green Bay Blizzard of the indoor football. There we go. He's still playing. Dorothy says, for some reason, I thought Adrian Martinez was going to be a good NFL player. Clearly, I don't know football. And Jay says, bring in a real QB, Jackson Dart. Why you got to be so mean to Russell Wilson all the time? Like he's still a legitimate NFL player. He's not a superstar, but he's a legitimate NFL player. A lot of experience. And you can't give me one play, Jay, that he did bad on. I'm going to say that. Bring me one play that he did bad on. Russell Wilson. And he says, we will never know. They can just run the ball. Yeah. All right. Let's see here. Trying to see who the quarterback is now. Starting offensive line with Evan Neal, Bo Collins, Dulcich, Tracy, Hyatt's out there. It is still Russell Wilson. So there we go. Ball about the 16-yard line, which is actually not bad for the Giants been starting lately. Russell Wilson under center. Hand the ball out to Tracy. He's going to go off to the right line. Oh, there we go. He found an opening. Getting about 12, 13 yards there. And I don't know what happened. I just lost my feed, though. There we go. So, 1st and 10. So, got Jackson Dart back in there now. Looks like. There he is. This Dart now. Oh, Theo Johnson gets a quick route. There we go. This is a big gain, guys. Big gain. Theo Johnson just stumbled away, keeping his balance. There we go. Oh. This is Carla Bake's perfect nickname for him. Here we go. Let's see this play. Okay, let's see. Oh, good. Yeah, comes off the block. Here we go. Chapman's back in, by the way, as a fullback. 76. That's that John Runyon. Yeah, he was kind of staying around. Could have actually been a little bit better, I think, with that. All right. Bo Collins in motion. And Russell Wilson back in. Back in a running play now. Tyrone Tracy gets a couple yards on this. Listen, this. I kind of like this using Chapman more and more because what's nice is you get a guy that can be a fullback, and we're going to see it now. There we go. Oh, yeah, because Radon gets a hat in the guy. But I love it as him as a fullback because you're not having to make a fullback be a full-time player. You have a defensive tackle who happens to come in as fullback at times. 2nd and 3. So that's a 7-yard run there. Whew. That Giants running the ball. Here we go. Russell Wilson back there to chuck it deep. And he gets intercepted. Was nowhere near Bo Collins. What the hell? That was a miscommunication there. Absolute miscommunication. Yeah. I'm not going to give Russell Wilson crap for that, but I'm going to say the 50-50 Russell Wilson 50 or Collins doing it wrong because one of them clearly got the pass wrong. And there we go. And yep, you can see clearly that was not what was supposed to happen. So, and now they're trying to like say the coverage was so good that Phil Sims is saying that's what the problem was. I don't know about that one. Again, I can't put blame on either side there. All right, Jets get the ball at the 20 because of the touchback. Should have been a catch there. Ooh, let's say Brandon Smith was that? Yeah. Let's see, Matthew Giants fan. That's not Collins. Like I said, I lean towards that. Like they said on the telecast, if you're watching that while listening to me, you got to think that of the two, that Russell Wilson, the veteran, is less likely to make that mistake than Bo Collins, the rookie. But, ooh, that definitely sucks to see. Chris Board in as linebacker position. Let's see. Another play gets it out and is not caught. Jason, football is huge. How can you drop it as an NFL player when it's in the breadbasket? Listen, we've seen it a lot this game. That's twice back to back for the Jets. So Belton was good on the coverage there. It's just Simone Fox also back in there. Let's see. So wonder if Carter is done for the night already. This is definitely backups now on the defense. Let's see, shotgun formation, all the time in the world. Chuck it deep and good coverage. Raheem Lane actually put his hand up. Look at that. That's interesting. That's something I haven't seen the Giants do a lot very much. Raheem Lane, literally, if you notice that watch the replay, looks like he put his hands right. There we go. Put it up. Good coverage. Good coverage. All right, 4th and 10. And it's funny, I said Martinez isn't good. Maybe it wasn't Martinez. Maybe it's the receivers making him look bad. Jason Neal can actually punish the run game. He can plow dudes. Exactly. Call for a fair catch. Ball bounced a little bit of flag on the play, but it looks like the Jets hit the returner. That's a no-no. He chases. He pancaked Mac the Giants fan a year ago. All right, let's see. There we go. Fair catch interference. I thought that'd be the call. Like I said, I saw. And that was D. Williams, by the way, on the attempted fair catch, who was, of course, the guy we talked about before. He's the corner that is literally the first guy in the field every single day. Is Kayvon Thibodeau really the pitch man for Quick Check? I'll tell you, I miss Quick Check being down here in Florida. Quick Check's good. Maybe I go to Quick Check next week at some point when I'm up in Jersey. Like, it's no Wawa. Don't get me wrong. Wawa's better food, but Quick Check was always better prices. That was my big thing. I'm cheap. I admit it. They used to have really good breakfast sandwiches in the morning, and they had really good coffees too. So, all right, Dart is in. Jay, you got your wish. Dart is in. They're just waiting for Russell Wilson to throw a pick before they get rid of him, just so you can complain about him for a week. All right, let's see. Here we go. 1st and 10. Get the ball about the 46-yard line, and Singletary gets a couple yards. Nothing major. Deb says, I might be putting Neal's McDonald's apron back in storage. No, let's find out. Still early. Interesting. Hudson's still out there. It's a whole starting line is out there. There's Runyon out there too. I wonder if they're doing that because Dart's out there. Like, protect the rookie. Like, they got Theo Johnson in motion, shotgun formation for Dart. And he's throwing it. Kind of a sling there. Oh, Bo Collins went to go back to it. But 3rd and 7. All right. Bruce Beck there talking about Jackson Dart. All right. Let's see here. Try to see who's there with him. All I see is big lineman in the way. It's the problem. Looks like Motor's still in the backfield. All right. Shotgun formation. Yep, Motor to the right of him. Or the left, I'm sorry. Jackson Dart moving around nice in the pocket. That's one thing I don't think. Oh, he got tripped up, but he got a good job of getting out of there. There was not a really good pocket for him at all, and he got out of it. If he hadn't been tripped up there, that would have been a first down. Here's the replay. That was Hudson, by the way, on the bad block in there. Hudson. Remember that name. He sucks. Told you guys. Been saying that since we signed him. I still don't understand why the hell we signed him. Gave him a lot of money too. But Scottish Hammer instead coming out to punt. Said I'd rather see Bo at this point than Hudson at left tackle. Here we go. Giants. Good punt down to the 4-yard line. Jay says, what happens, Drew, when Dart has Thomas and Nabers? Oh, yeah. Listen, that's what happens when Russell Wilson has Thomas and Nabers, Jay. I mean, no disrespect to Bo Collins, but assuming that we're correct when we're thinking that Bo Collins made the wrong route, Nabers wouldn't have ran the wrong route. Saying. So, all right. So Jets there. I hate you. You know I'm right. You can't just say you can't just say it. Just say you're right. That's a good point. Just say it, Jake. It'll make you feel better. All right. Another run, because of course the Giants can't stop the run. It's going to be very dangerous as you're at the point now where the backups in, and like we said, the Giants can't stop the run. But on top of that, their backups were really crappy in coverage last week. So we'll have to see what happens there. All right. Giants defense setting. If they ever show it on the damn screen. Here we go. 2nd and 4. They're stacking the line. They're expecting that run. You can tell. And they got it. And they got about a yard or two. Really trying to push the pile there. Golston in the first got Giant in there. I feel like the Giants TV is just determined to go ahead and do as much as they can to show every single camera angle they have. So I don't know why. Just seems to be what they want to do. All right, 3rd down. Shotgun formation looks like for the Jets there. And they're running again. And it looks like they got the first down again. Typical. Giants can't stop the run. This is going to be the biggest issue we got to figure out in this defense, because this may be like point blank that the NFL is going to see how to stop the Giants. Like, you can have the greatest pass rush in the world. You can have the greatest coverage in the world. If you can't stop the run, you're in trouble. Darius Alexander, by the way, is still out there. I like that they're giving him a lot of snaps. Keep him out there. He needs experience. And bad pass there, or else it'd have to come back so much. That'd have been a decent gain there by the Jets. So that's Edwards. Who was that on the coverage there? Looks like, was that Muasau? Oof. Yeah, that was Darius Muasau. All right, so we got 7-3, 2-minute warning here. And this might be good for the Giants. Might force them to actually pass the ball occasionally, because they want to put some points up. They're gonna have to do it right now. All right. So interesting to see who comes in on the Giants side there if they start pass rushing like crazy. I'd love to see some of these guys coming in and run right out to the quarterback, but the big guy is Carter. You want to see, obviously, see his first ever NFL sack, but he might be done for the day. Might be done. We'll see. I just know if I see this flag football one more time. Jason Drew, I think of the years where we lost our preseason games, we had good seasons. When we win them, we always suck. What's your perspective? Well, that's been history. You're not wrong there. I mean, see if I can find it here for us. Giants preseason record year by year. Here we go. So I don't see a 24, but I record. I got to look that up there. But I remember we did good last year. 23, we were 3-1. 22, 1-2. So yeah, that definitely lends to that. That's for sure. Let's see the 24 preseason record. They're just showing they're just showing on 24 the regular season record when I look it up there. So we'll have to see. No names to start would have been fine if they didn't grab his foot. Damn straight. That's not Hudson though, guys. Remember that. Hudson. I cannot stress how bad he is. I've been saying that all along. People are calling me a hater for it. He sucks. He sucked with the Browns. He's going to suck overall. I'd rather see Bowen at this point. I really would. Jay says, go back 25 years, look at our records after we win the first game of the season. I'd have to look it up. I got too much screens going. I got rosters up on one. I got game on the one. I got you guys another. I'm running out of screens here, Jay. Dorley says the Giants run D is a long con to not expose Tay-Pink's coverage. Can't give up 20-yard slant when you're giving up 7-yard runs. Yeah, not wrong there. Not wrong. All right, guys. So let's see. Yeah, it's the longest freaking commercials ever. And it's the same damn commercials over and over and over again. Now we got this Commanders fan of the car wash again. It's ridiculous. Like, is there only like 3 people advertising with the NFL right now? Jay says, oh my God, and I thought I said conspiracies. Oh my gosh. All right. Back to the game. Nope. God damn it. Another commercial. Talk about halftime at Javon Holland goes home. They got a fluff piece about Javon Holland. Call it what it is. All right. Here we go. Jets back working at it, 25-yard line. Got to think, like I said, some passes are coming out. 2-minute warning. Use it as a drill. Martinez is moving up, buys some time until he's wide open. Arc Arena in the coverage for Demir Miller with the catch here. Jason, we've never re-signed a first-round corner we drafted in our history. I'd have to look up the exact stats of that, but it definitely has been good lately. That's for damn sure. Now, Prince Mukamura had a decent career. Not you hope for where he was drafted, but decent career. But we didn't re-sign him. All right, got all the time in the world, guys. There's like no pass rush right now at all. Like, I know we got our backups in, but so do the Jets at this point here with Stone Smart with the catch there. 2nd down. Shotgun formation. And another pass and another catch there, but another not exactly the best thrown ball there to Jamal Pritchett, the wide receiver. So kind of like very much DJ like. Throw it off there. 3rd and 1. All the time in the world to throw again and deep. There we go. Plenty of time. Ooh. Giants can't cover. Giants can't do anything in backups there. That's Arian Smith with the big catch there. 1st down. No Name says, I saw Teddy Bridgewater's back from the high school incident. He threw 2 TDs already for the Bucks. Yep, he's a Buck. Damn, he's dropping the ball. No Name Henderson is XFL status. He sucks. All those Tennessee dudes are bad. Did I miss someone talk about? I'm hint Hooker. I don't see anything about Hooker here. Jordan says, who is DB Green in the second quarter? I don't even recognize guys. Ark Green was with us last year as well. If I remember correctly, he was the guy that Ark Green was the guy they put on the field actually when they benched Banks in that Pittsburgh Steelers Monday night game. And he wasn't horrible that game. But yeah, he's not a good player overall. He's happened to have a better game for him, that's for sure. All right, 1st and 10, 34 seconds left in. Ball's about the 35-yard line here for the Jets. Tipped at the line. Let's see who got that tip. They're saying Corey Durden. They're focusing on him. Nope, it is not. It was Fox. Oh, Ford. Okay, Trace Ford. I didn't even see him in the game yet. Trace Ford. So, all right. Yeah, 46, not 45. Okay, Trace Ford it was. Tell you what, someone's got to tell Durden how ridiculous it looks in that shirt, though. All right. 2nd and 10. Short pass out. Oh, there we go. Nick Jones making the tackle there on Smart. Crazy enough that they didn't actually stop and get at least out of bounds with it. O'Donnell Fortune there, you see as the backup guy there if the tackle wasn't made. Jay, do you think we should trade Kayvon for Adrian Martinez? Stop it. Oh my gosh. You got Phil Simms and Jackson Dart, by the way, talking. So they're prepping for some kind of part of the halftime show. Jackson Dart kissing a little butt there to Phil Simms. I'll respect that. 3rd and 7, guys. Jets are in field goal position here. All the time in the world again. And the guy wide open again. Smith again, wide open. TJ Moore on the tackle / attempted coverage. Did it say attempted? Oh my God, you guys are killing me. The chat. Don't get me canceled. All right. Yeah. Jason's cheekbone is barely 40 and looks 60. Yes. He looks much older than he actually is. Matt the Giants fan, our backups look terrible. Yes. Our backup secondary is horrendous. Point blank. We gotta really scour whoever gets cut and see if we can improve. That's for damn sure. Dorothy says we desperately need a Samoan defensive tackle. Stop, guys. Oh my God. 1st and 10. Jets at the 11-yard line. 18 seconds left. Timeout called. Jason, did we have a kicker who was good and got a DUI? I thought we had a kicker that got in trouble for hitting his wife or something, and that's what we cut. Matt Giants with Adrian Martinez out here looking like Joe Montana. No, he's not. He just has all the time in the world and guys wide open. I won't give Martinez is not who I'm giving the kudos to on this. If anything, I'm just giving duds here to the entire Giants defense here. Absolutely horrendous. He says Brown, yes. I know it's early, but I'm worried about this defensive coordinator. Why? They look good with the starters out there. The backups suck. Scheme or not, nobody looks this bad. All right. Check down. Get a couple yards. Ball goes down to about the 13-yard line. Jets going to have to go. There's no time left in this clock, basically, for him. 5-4, spiking it. 3 seconds left. 2nd and 8. I don't know why the hell you don't check that. That's like football 101. Don't check down for a 2-yard gain when you have that little bit of time. Get out of the pocket and throw it away. So, all right. Oh, they're going for the kick instead of doing it. So must we give them the 3 points now? Just give this. I'm just going to adjust my my banner now. Just say it. Oh my gosh. There we go. So, yeah. All right. So let's look at the box score real quick here as we got halftime because this is, we see one more probably flag football commercial. And let's see, Giants and Jets today, box score. So again, at the half, guys, we are Giants up by 1, 7-6. Here's your stats so far here. Let's get into it here on the Giants side on offense first. You got 4 of 7 for Russell Wilson, 108 yards and the 1 interception. Again, the interception is most likely on the receiver Bo Collins, who ran ran inside when it was being thrown outside there. Bad route running and definitely miscommunication between the quarterback and the receiver. Jackson Dart 1 of 2 for 30 yards and a great quick toss to Theo Johnson, who just beasted and bumbled his way through like Charles Way style. Running wise, this is actually sounds really good. We talked about the run game was crap for the Giants, absolute crap. In the last game there, Devin Singletary, 2 rushes for 5 yards, so that's not great, but he did get the 1 touchdown, so that obviously kind of kills the average when you have 2 and one of them's a short run for a touchdown. Tyrone Tracy, though, 7 carries for 39 yards, the 5.6 yards per carry average. That's good there. Receptions wise, listen, there's not a lot of receptions, but there's a lot of long reception. 1 for 80 yards to Bo Collins. That's what set up the touchdown there to Devin Singletary. Theo Johnson, 1 for 30. Jalen Hyatt, 1 for 21. So a couple of deep ones there. Wanda Robinson, 1 for 6. He has the 1 drop as well on his stone for hands play there. Devin Singletary, 1 for 1 as well. On the defensive side, leading tackler right now is TJ Moore. You know, I've always told you guys this. When TJ Moore or any guy in the secondary is your backup, that's not good. Point blank, that's not good. Because that tells you right there that people are catching the ball. Dean Belton has 2 with 5 assists. Darius Muisow 2-1, Kayvon 2-1, Chris Board 2-0, and Nick Jones 2-0 as well. Interesting thing, guys. Still no sack. All I keep hearing about is how great this pass rush is. No sacks. Just saying. We're like, well, everybody's saying we got that dog mentality. We're kind of a neutered dog right now. No sack. No interceptions. That's pretty much par for the course. Kick returns. Gunnar Olszewski 1 for 23. Got the 1 point after. That was Jude McAtamney, by the way, who got that. Punting wise, Jamie Gillen 3 for 135. It's a 45 yards per punt average with a 1 in the 20 here. On the Jets side, Justin Fields was just 1 of 5 for 4 yards. So again, so I'm saying the defense there. We're talking about the defense. Yeah, we definitely didn't do bad there at all. By the way, guys, I see you guys commenting. Keep the comments going. Done with the stats. I'm going to run through all your guys' comments there. Adrian Martinez, 11 of 18, 97 yards. So and he's had a couple of big drops. In all fairness, like I said, I've said he's been off on his placement. That's, 11 of 18. He's had a couple of drops. So you figured easily could have been 13, 14 of 18 there if it wasn't for the drops. The running side there, that's where the Giants really had their issue. Arian Smith, 2, I'm moving the receiving, sorry. Braylon Allen, 7 carries, 34 yards, 4.9 yards per carry average. Breece Hall, 7 for 26 at a 3.7 average. Nwangu, I always mispronounce his name. 4 carries for 20 yards, and Justin Fields 1 for 5. Receiving wise, Arian Smith, 2 catches, 39 yards. That was definitely towards the end of that last drive. There is wide the hell open. Brandon Smith, 4 catches, 31. Jamal Pritchard, 2 for 11. Stone Smart, 2 for 9. Donovan Edwards, 1 for 7. And Mason Taylor, that's the son of Jason Taylor, by the way, is 1 for 4. On the defensive side, nobody really stands out that much there. Andre Cisco with, Andre Cisco, 2 tackles and assists. Jamin Davis, 2 and no assists. And then everybody else, like one tackle there. No sacks still, obviously, for the Jets too as well. Stingers with the the one interception there on the Jets side there. So, excuse me, I'm allergic to the stats apparently here. All right, let's get to you guys' comments here. Let's see here. Let's see. Okay, trying to get back to where you guys were there. Dorothy says Joe Montana on the Chiefs at best. I don't even think I'd say that. Let's see. Jay says Brian Baldinger is like, Rob, I really need that closed captioning option. Wow. Dory says at no name, no reason to worry. Bowen has no ideas except for, hey, get out there and try your best. Again, I don't know why everybody's like, really tell me that the defense has been the issue. Like, seriously, tell me the defense has been the issue for the last year. It hasn't been the issue. Jay says Devin Singletary sucks. He says if you aren't a complete scumbag and a team drafts young running backs who can't pass block, we sign ninjas like this. Jason's funny thing is Saquon is like $5 million more. Yeah. The thing with Saquon though is contract. If you compare year one money to for him and year one money for Devin Singletary, yeah. But look at the contract long term. Jay says Martinez doesn't suck, dude. Yes, he does. I'm still saying it. He sucks. No name. I think that other Martinez quarterback is going to take Fields' job if he doesn't watch out. Yeah, Fields definitely. Yeah, not looking great. That's for sure for him. He says Fields isn't good. He can just throw the ball in tight windows, or he can't throw the ball in tight windows or read the field well. Yeah. So DJ. Jay says, wow, Quentin Johnson got KTFO OMG. Yeah, I didn't see that. Yeah, he's another guy's not that good though. Jay says that was like Rob's last food coma. Oh my god. Let's see. Dorothy says Quentin Johnson can't get his career off the ground. Feel bad for him and my fantasy team. Yeah, like I said, he's not a good wide receiver, guys. I didn't see what happened there because of giving you guys the stats and all there. I'm guessing they played a replay on there. I haven't really been watching that part of it there. But I look up and all I see is, of course, the same goddamn flag football commercial. They are really just flag football, hard knocks. Flag football, hard knocks, Peyton Manning. That's basically all the commercials in this damn game. Second half, guys, though, it's the big thing I want to see is what do the Giants do to get this defense looking serviceable? Like, that's really all I want. Serviceable. Like, when the backups are in, it's scary. And what really worries me when you look at that is going, Giants get hurt every year. Every year. Like, that's an issue. So, yeah. Jay says Johnson was crazy in college, but has been worthless in the NFL. Done nothing, looks terrible. Yeah, because he went to what college? TCU. All receivers from TCU suck. Remember that, guys. He sucks. Dorothy says, I think I just realized there's another Martinez that I thought was this Martinez. Oh my gosh. Jay says typical speed, physical guy, goes to the next level and nothing. Jay says Blake Martinez, Pokemon. Yeah. That's until you get kicked out of the Pokemon stuff. Remember that? Blake Martinez went there. I don't understand enough on Pokemon, know what he did, but I know he did one of those things where he had like a live feed of opening up packs and people were buying the packs and they'd open them up and then send it to him. But I guess there was some kind of issue with the packs and the way he opened them that people thought was cheating. Again, I don't understand Pokemon. If anybody does and wants to put it in the chat, feel free. I just don't want to speak on things I don't know. I do enough in the show without adding Pokemon to the mix. So, see, they're still showing the halftime here. Looks, I guess they had some kids on the field or something there for flag football, of course, on the screen. Where this is, how is Blake Martinez's Pokemon business progressing? That should be what Hard Knocks about. It's done. Told you he got banned. That's done. Last I heard, he was trying to make it back to the NFL, and he's just done there too. So, unfortunately for him, that injury he had with the Giants has absolutely ruined his career. Still just 31 years old. Last time he played was in 23 for Pittsburgh. One game. He did 4 tackles in that game, but one game. I mean, think about it. He had that, coming back from the Giants cut him. He goes and plays, in the Pokemon for a while there, comes back, plays 4 games for the Raiders with 20 tackles, 23, Pittsburgh again. Let me see if he's on somebody now. I'm curious. Just says professional linebacker. So, okay, so apparently with the Panthers on their practice squad, and then went over to the Steelers last year from there. Let's see here. I'm trying to see. Let's see. He is still no, he's still not there. He's still nowhere to be found there. Actually, looks like Blake Martinez was put on the retired list for the Raiders in 23. Oh my, and released. Oh, this is insanity. He's released, unreleased. Yeah, like I said, I don't think he's even playing anymore. Nope. He announced his retirement. No, this is okay. This is Google being Google here. He said, "Is Blake Martinez still playing?" No, he's still not playing football. He announced his retirement in 22. Well, no, he come back and played there since then. So, but yeah, I'm not seeing anything on there. I'm trying to see. ESPN still has him listed with the Steelers. So I don't know where he's at. If anybody knows for sure, let me know. I don't want to speak out of turn there. Let's see here. A+ to Dorothy for that one. Jay says, I want to see Hard Knocks with Rob eating as a vegan. Good luck with that one. That guy eats a lot of meat. So let's see here. Jay, just for you, I'm playing the vacuum for you. Just for you, Jay. Guys, real quick, we're going to go ahead before this game starts, and we're going to go ahead and pay the bills as we're about to get going here with the program.
Thanks for watching. Like the show? Of course you do, or you would have turned it off by now and not be hearing me. There are plenty of ways to support the show. YouTube is the best place to join us, and we offer memberships there with fun benefits like custom emojis and early access to video clips. Of course, there you can also send super chats and stickers to send one-time support payments. The best way to support the show is to buy these drunk idiots beers at buymeacoffee.com/2giantgoofballs. Along with one-time support payments, there are also monthly plans, so you can continue to help kill their livers each month. You can also show people that you are a goofball by visiting our store at 2giantgoofballs-shop.fourthwall.com. We got everything from shirts, hats, phone cases, funny candles, buttons, stickers, and even a 2 Giant Goofballs towel to dry off your goofballs. Of course, you can always support the show for free by simply hitting the like, subscribe, and share button wherever you are watching or listening to this. Hit the thumbs up on YouTube. Leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. It helps the show tremendously, and quite frankly, the Goofballs suck at marketing and need your help to get the word out. Thank you for being part of the Goofball Army and for taking the time out to support the show.
All righty, guys. And as we're doing that, the game just started. Kickoff return by Dante Turbo Miller. Love to see him on special teams. Like I said before, if he's going to make it, point blank, that's what he's going to make this team, because he's going to be doing returning, and it might be a change of pace kind of back there, but he's really going to have to go ahead and be that guy to go ahead and be the returner as well. Looks like he's also in at running back, but Jackson Dart once again still there in the game. Trying to see who the line is, see what they have as far as starters. With little Jordan Humphrey at the bottom, they're just based on the size. That's the throw into. And yeah, that's not a catch. Oh my gosh. As Jason is Carl Banks calling the game. It's Carl Banks, Bob Papa, and Phil Sims. Trying to see here. Yeah, it should have been a catch, guys. That should have been a catch too. Hit him in the hands. Should have been a catch. Now, interestingly enough, again, that's why he was, not pursued, but keeping with the Broncos there. They didn't like the fact that he wasn't catching the ball very often. So, all right, 2nd and 10, shotgun formation. Looks like Miller is still there in the backfield. that Gunnar Olszewski at the bottom? Miller gets it. There we go. There we go. Turbo time. Let's give it a 6-yard gain. Telling you, turbo. Saying turbo time. I need to get that. I need to get Schwarzenegger taking turbo time for my stuff here. So there we have it.
All hail the New York Giants.
As Jay says, woo, a screen pass. Let me be excited about positivity here. All right. We got 3rd and 4. Jackson Dart shotgun. Start. Another screen. There we go. And it's turbo again. First down. You know, it's interesting. I wish I'd give him a little chance, but earlier in the game, this would be the 2nd game in a row that Turbo has done really good. And for some reason, just no love for him whatsoever. You know, I do got to give a little bit of a kudos there. A nice block by Josh Azudu out there in that screen pass, by the way. Oh, wide open. There we go. Montrell Washington. Nice catch there. Again, another guy who's gotten a lot of kudos from the Giants there in his performance in training camp there. First and 10. The Giants 4-yard line. Really moving pretty well this drive so far. Means they're due for a drop. Dante Miller again. Gets about anybody a yard or two. Trying to see who else is out there, but they're showing the highlight set of Dante Turbo Miller. Jesus, Dark. That's my quarterback. Dodge Dark. Sling it too. All right, 2nd and 9. Just a yard on that run. Dart. There he goes. Nice quick one there. Little Jordan Humphrey. I feel foolish even just saying that. Anthony Dark definitely canceling it. Dorothy says, I'm firmly the camp that Dart should Wilson. I don't understand what that means. Wilson. All right. 3rd and 4. Shotgun for Dart again. There we go. Gets it out to Turbo. First down again. Gets about 6 yards. Look at that. Turbo putting out on the outside, by the way, on that. That's interesting. That's what I'm saying. I think you got to find a way to use this kid. I want to see him, though, against the starters. I want to see next week. I want to see him when he plays the Pats. I want to see him go ahead and play against better competition to see how he does, because that's one that scares me. He's got a lot of these yards and good plays against scrubs. But all right, 1st and 10. I got a whistle. Timeout called. Let's see. Trying to see who else is playing here. I saw Josh Azudu. Evan Neal is also still out there. I want to see more on who's out on the line, but they're not doing a very good job of showing for it. Jason, you're getting horny for Dart? True. No, I'm not. Not when he's saying that. Andres says Dart's footwork is gorgeous. Anthony says, what happened, y'all? And Jay. Yeah, I mean, listen, he's been looking good. I'm not knocking him in any stretch of the imagination. I'm actually very impressed with him so far. I've said very good things about him after the first game. So far, I would say still very good things about him. I just don't want to throw him out there until he's ready. And if the Giants don't think he's ready, don't throw him out there. Point blank. Let's see. Here we go. 22-yard line, 1st and 10. Under center. Off to that's not Miller. They said Miller. That was not Miller. That was Jonathan Ward. They're saying Evan Neal's on the bad block on that one. So Banks talking about the fact that he's having issues with conditioning here, potentially like being gassed. Shotgun formation. Jackson Dart. There we go. Touchdown! So is that Greg Dulcich for the touchdown there, guys? There we go.
All hail the New York Giants.
perfect pass, perfect catch, perfect play, and wide open. But Dart saw it. I mean, I can't take that away from him. Wide open, but he saw it. Nice play. Like I said, I definitely like it. I'm really impressed by what I've seen by Dart. I did not expect this at all this quick from him. I still don't think we start him, Jay. Don't get too excited. Jay says Dart is in and we're going to score a touchdown. And we did, but I know you're a couple plays forward of us, so wouldn't be shocked at all if that's what happens. Jay says, you say good things about Rob too. All lies. My QB. Anthony with woo. By the way, if you're gonna go woo in the chat, it's gonna be woo like a Ric Flair for me at that point. Mac the Giants fan, Dart is definitely the future. This kid has it. Dorothy says he might be young, but he's ready. Anthony says I'm so hyped. And Jay boos us. Why are you booing? We're all saying nice things and you're booing us here. That's just not cool, dude. Not cool. You know what? You want to boo us? I'm going to go ahead and. Yeah. What now? Who got booed now? That was for you, Jay. Anthony says that's exactly what it was, Drew. Damn straight. Woo! Nature boy, Ric Flair himself there. Who's a regular here, by the way, in Tampa. Never met the man personally, but I know the bar he hangs out with and everything. Everybody that lives in Tampa knows the bar he hangs out at. On Waters in downtown Tampa. So if anybody ever wants to meet him, just look up Ric Flair. What bar does he go to? It'll come right up. I ain't gonna blow a spot up like that, but I'll kind of blow a spot up. And pretty much whenever you see him with two girls, one each side of his arm, that are old enough to probably be his great grandchildren at this point in his life. But whatever. I ain't hating. The man's got money. The man wants to do what he wants to do. They know what they're in for. Let's see. Dorothy says DJ made first stringers look at third stringers. Dart makes everyone look good. We'll see. Again, I don't want to get too excited. It's preseason. Jay says now Drew is getting all hyped on Dart. Drew name dropping Ric Flair, please. I'm not name dropping him. I said I never met the man. How is that name dropping? It's not like like I said I hung out with him when drinking with him. I said I never met the man. Sheesh, wow. These accusations here. Accusations. Ridiculousness here. But in fact, I kind of spoke bad of him, I guess, saying that. And he says, stop it, Drew. Get excited. I can't get excited until we win in the regular season. I can't do it. Jay says you couldn't wait to name drop Tiki. That's because I actually talked to Tiki. I was breaking it up because we were talking about it. We were talking about Tiki Barber, who I had just talked to a couple weeks ago. So it is what it is. Stop. Kickoff there. Let's see. Kickoff return. And we got Cambry out there again, running into the kick returner for the Jets. It's the second time that he's done that. It's a replaying the touchdown, doing more of an all-22 shot there. The fake pitch was nice by Dart, though. I got to say, that was nice. By the way, I should also say that he was open. Miller, if he had thrown to him, it would have been a bad play. Well, actually, Ward was the running back. Would have been a bad play, but just moved the defense just enough to get that wide open for that touchdown. Like I said, really good play. I'm not knocking Dart. I just refuse to get excited. Can't do it. 23 yards, by the way, for the Jets as they start off there. Martinez, again, we cannot stop anybody. Brandon Smith getting hit with a big gain there. Jason's Jackson Jart is winning the Super Bowl as a New York Football Giant. I think he means Jackson Dart, not Jackson Jart. And he says, I talked Tiki Boo. I did talk to him. Sheesh. I got a video of it too. It was on a show. I have proof. You don't believe me. I mean, if I wanted to really name drop, I would have said the fact that Leonard Marshall was there as well. Didn't do that. Got run here. And of course, the Giants, as usual, not doing much. So unfortunately, again, we are not good against the run for whatever reason right now. Definitely something that needs to go back to the drawing board on. That's for sure. Is our run defense. And it says, you can, Drew. I have faith. Well, if Anthony has faith, If it's not Jay being faithful, I guess I can be more positive. Dorothy says, who's more confused, Bowen on the sideline or Sims in the booth? They need to stop this elder abuse and get Matt Sims. Oh my God. Yeah, Sims has a couple times given the wrong player on that. That's why, like one time, if you were watching just me with this on mute, that's why I said that one time correcting it was Ward, not Miller, because that's who he gave the credit to a run on. Jay says, I love Chris Sims. Matt Sims is like the geriatric brand when you can't buy the good stuff on EBT. Oh my God. You guys are determined to get me canceled. Determined to get me canceled here today. Oh. But all right, 3rd and 4. Anyway, back to the game. 3rd and 4. All right. Shotgun formation here for Martinez, 3rd and 4. I'm going to call it right now. Guys wide open in the middle of the field, and they get a first down. Let's see if I'm right. Martinez, rolling out there. Trace Ford was close to get a touchdown. Close to get a sack, sorry. Interception. Is that an interception? We got an interception. Page with the interception. Oh, my gosh. That's Makari Page, the rookie safety out of Michigan. And he says, treasure chest. There we go. Giants get an interception. The Giants in this game have now equaled what they had, I think, the first 8 or 9 games of all of last season now. But there's one less gray hair for Shane Bowen as he's all about that treasure chest there. Where it says, who is Page? I just told you, Makari Page, rookie out of Michigan. So it was a decent player for them, not a great player. He was undrafted. So good leadership skills, they said by all accounts there, decent kid, but we'll see if he develops into something. I mean, getting interception ain't gonna hurt. That's for damn sure. What the Giants want. So and of course, here we go with this flag football commercial again. I feel like the NFL didn't sell all the advertising, and they just had to go ahead and figure out what they're going to do. Jay said, pretty ballsy to have a treasure chest when you almost no turnovers last year. Listen, that's fine. That's ballsy. We like ballsy, don't we? I mean, we keep saying we won. So they're going for it. Anthony says, Jay, here comes our boy. And he's I need to get the You My Boy blue as well. I want to get a little notepad of things I need to get. But so we got Turbo Time and You My Boy blue to get for the soundboard here, so we can get that added on there. You My Boy blue. I haven't said movie forever. Old school. You My Boy. By the way, they're once again playing the flag football. I don't know. Are you guys watching on TV? Is it different commercials than what I'm seeing? But this flag football one, oh my God, every 2 seconds. It is really annoying. It's literally the same exact goddamn commercial over and over again, too. Like, at least show different versions of it. Jace says, it's a Pixie song. Here comes your man. Let's F and go. Anthony says, Drew, question, where did you get your Giants chain? I got this from a store in the mall, actually had it. I can't see who made it. I think I took the sticker off. But yeah, I got it from a Giant store online. I'm sorry, that's a store I'm sorry. I got a store in the mall. Something else thinking with the Giant store. That's actually where I got the the LT. Whoop, there we go. Had to figure out where the finger was. Had to get the LT sitting there. There we go. I got a nice screenplay there for Donate for a couple of yards here on a first down. Jason's Robo knee is into. Let's see. Jordan says, who's winning the CB2 if you factor in tonight? Flott. You're factoring in tonight. It's Flott. 100%. Jason's Alex Bachman was kind of balling for the Raiders earlier. Jackson Darts and Gunnar Olszewski. Gunner's actually been in a lot of offensive plays here the last start of this preseason here. I guess start of it already halfway through, but that's that's been the interesting thing. I think they're trying to force him on the roster because he's a damn good returner. But I think the Giants are just done with the days of you have to be a specialist like that somehow. If Juice Wells with a quick toss there, obviously former teammate of Jackson's on Ole Miss there. Let's see here. Jay says, "Wait, we don't need DBs with this pass rush," and it's appreciated. Drew and I full of flaw too. Yeah, damn straight. Another one at Wells, another same exact pass to the opposite side of the field, and he gets hit, and little Jordan Humphrey just kind of stands there doing nothing while he's getting taken down by two people, at least too sudden for your teammate. Ridiculous. I mean, you can tell I don't like Humphreys, right? Not a fan. Not a fan. 3rd and 7. Shotgun formation. Turbo's getting it. There we go. And first down, of course, because Turbo got about 9 yards there. Jace's Jackson Dart has me think, oh God, stop. Oh my gosh. And I put that on the screen too. Got me there. You got me, Jay. Jay says, I know it's just Madden, but Flott is rated higher. First and down here. Little Jordan Humphreys gets the quick toss there for a couple yards. Maybe just 1 yard. I think I was going to get a yard or two out of it there, but like I said, I'm just not a fan of Humphreys, guys. I think he's just there, quite frankly, because he's the only big receiver we got in the roster. That's it. As Anthony says, Turbo is just so fast, it's insane. Dorothy says, man, Turbo is a beast. And Jace's Dart is running over Home Depot, so stop. Killing me, Jay. There he goes. He goes to run. It's about 4 yards or 5 yards on a run for Jackson Dart. So we got 3rd down coming. But yeah, guys, Turbo is so fast. It really is. Like I said, it's really good seeing. Look at that if you're watching the run too. Turbo had his man in pass protection. That's one thing I've been watching with Turbo. He's been very good in pass protection. Again, he's playing backups. I don't want to, but he's been good. 3rd and 2. See, you would think a run here, but Turbo is more of a. Oh, he does it. He's got it for like 4 yards. To say, you see, hasn't been necessarily great at running the ball, but that was a great cut by Turbo to get right up there. Let's see, who was it? Evan Neal. Jordan Humphrey with the hold, by the way, he got away with, but he got a nice job because he didn't get caught. And it's funny. Bob Papa says holding his block enough. Yeah, he was definitely holding his block. All right. Here we go. Shotgun formation, 1st and 10. Ball's about the 21-yard line. And there we go. Nice quick toss to Gunnar Olszewski for a 1st down. Oh, they're saying gain of 9. So looks like it was a 1st down. 2nd down, like 1 yard, not even. But yeah, Dart has looked good, guys. But again, keep in mind he's playing backups. 2nd and 1. Rolling out. Juice Wells wide open for the 1st. He's going for a couple. Oh, there we go. Juice Wells breaking it down. Is it another one? I think it was just short of a touchdown. Just short of a touchdown, guys. Oh my gosh. Juice Wells getting it rolling. I haven't also put the score up in forever. Should probably put that up for you guys. 1st and goal in the about a 1 yard line there. There we go. Miller. Oh no, just short. Just short of it again. I thought he was going to turn at the last minute and get it, but it's an odd thing to put Turbo in that kind of. I would have put Ward in because that's not Turbo's thing. He's a speed guy. Let's see here. Dart. There we go. There we go. Touchdown! There we go. Jackson Dart with a touchdown. Like I said, guys, he looks great. He looks absolutely great. Like there's not a single complaint I can give you on Dart, which you know me, I'm usually the negative one, so it's kind of hard for me not to give anything negative. But that's like I said, he's looked really good. Carl Banks saying that it's right off of Evan Neal to run, by the way, because Carl Banks wants to give credit to Evan Neal. He's been a big fan of his. There we go. McAtomney for the extra point, and it is good. So there we go. All right, guys, give me your thoughts on Dart here while I change the score up real quick, and we'll go over that here as we wait for the defense to come out here. I guess the kickoff to come out, I should say, first here, as the Giants are about to go back onto defense here. Is Jackson Dart, another touchdown here, this time with the legs. And, of course, I got to watch the flag football commercial yet again. All right, let's see here. Trying to get to where you guys were there. And he says straight trucking him, but he doesn't need to do that anymore. Exactly. That's one thing he needs to stop. Like, he needs to stop doing that. I like that he has that heart that he wants to do that. Don't get me wrong. But this is a problem that I know Lane Kiffin talked about with him as well. He needs to stop running into people. Like, if he gets hurt, whew, you know, like we love it until we hate it. That's what it boils down to with this stuff, you know, like, but let's see. Anthony says, Jay, I might be on the bench Wilson train. Dorothy, as soon as Dart comes in, the offense looks amazing. Jay says, game one starter, F. Carlton Banks. The future is now. Anthony says, it was short, but Dart. And Mac, the Giants fan, Dart has great command of this offense. Anthony says, I say they let Dart rip it against the ones on Thursday. Mac, the Giants fans, O-line is impressing me as well. Dorothy says, I haven't seen a rookie quarterback look this composed in a long time, and never a Giant QB rookie. Anthony says, he is my starter. Jay going, yes, yes, yes. Jay says, shocky vibes, to be honest. Oh. Dorothy says, very Brady-like in taking the pass that's there. Yeah, like I said, he's looked absolutely great, guys. He really has. And like I said, I can't give him enough credit. I always have to just say the fact that, again, it's against the backups because that's part of the equation. I know you guys hate that I say that, but that's what I you know, have to point out. But absolutely great command of the offense, moving around the pocket well, calm, composed, taking what's there, spreading the ball around as well. Though it's a little weird, all the forces to Juice Wells all of a sudden there, but really taking what's there. I said not a single complaint that you got from me as far as, you know, the way Jackson Dart has played this game. That's for sure. Here we go. They're showing here that Gunnar Olszewski play. And if you look, he hit him in stride. As Jay says, let's sit him for the year. Your takes are bogus. No, you don't play him till he's ready. That's what you got to do. You don't play a player when they're not ready to play yet. Again, he's playing against backups. Looks great, yeah, but you still want to give him the time. Like, I'm still a big proponent on not throwing a guy to the Wolves. So, you know. All right. Anyway, as we got second downs, we're missing first down because you're dissing my takes here, Jay. Win still says he's warming up, by the way, guys. So you might be not seeing him much longer. Your boy there. All right. 2nd and 5, shotgun formation. Oh my gosh, there, guys. So Giants pass rush gets the Cook, who's now in a quarterback for the Jets. And then you get into a pass that, quite frankly, he should have been able to make. But he made it. And it got dropped there. Good coverage overall there. Is that Page again? I'm trying to see. Number 30. This is when it gets a little hard to know who's who. TJ Moore. Okay, with that coverage. TJ Moore. So 3rd and 5, guys. Either they can get it by just running the ball. Here we go. He's going for it anyway. Oh my gosh. Who was that in the pass rush? Was that Trace Ford? We're going to see here. A lot of pressure coming up all of a sudden there. As Carl Banks is pointing out, he's right. Wow. So penalties decline. It was a holding call. I'd like them to show who it was again, but it looks like, was it Ford on that pass rush? All right. Well, they're not going to show us apparently. So punt's coming here. I'll get to you guys' comments in a minute here, but I do see them. So punt is coming here, and then we'll have a commercial break, I'm sure, after that, and I'll have to watch that flag football commercial 10 damn times. Punt is up. Punt is high. We get about the 12-yard line. Oshevsky on the return. Going to get about the 21, 22-yard line there. So not too bad there. All right. Let's see here. Mac the Giants, I agree, Drew. The regular season is a different animal. It's also different coverage. He's playing mostly against backups when he's doing good. Anthony says, so, Drew, if he played against the ones next week and still cooks, would you change your mind? Probably not. Probably not. I'm not a fan of rushing the quarterback. Get him out there when he's ready, not before then. And it's not my call to make when he's ready. It's not any of you guys' call to make. It's, quite frankly, Brian Dable's call. He's the one who works with him every single damn day. He's the one who has to make that decision to know he's ready. Let's put him in. Part of the problem you run into, though, quite frankly, guys, and I'll say it, and I know you guys are probably thinking it, you can't force him out there week one because there's probably was a wink, wink, nudge, nudge to Russell Wilson to a certain degree. Like it or not, that's probably there. So, right or wrong, that happens behind the scenes all the time. Dorothy says, but what if Dart is the wolf and the defense are the lambs? Oh my gosh. Jay says, as a Giants, I feel completely entitled to pump over the preseason Matt the Flipper. He says, put in Dart. If he sucks, be Josh Rosen his butt. If he good, we take the best tackle in the draft. We'll see what happens. Here's a good theory for you, Jay. What if he's good? Or if Russell Wilson is good? And we don't pick early for once, and we can't get the best tackle in the draft. Let's not just assume we're going to suck this year coming up here, Jay says, so what is this inflection point where QB start day one or not? Lots do, no empirical evidence, dude. Lots do and lots fail. So I don't want to start until he's ready. Dorothy says the problem now is when we start Wilson, the fans are going to be when he does anything the way the entire stadium turned against DJ in the first quarter of the Vikings game. Yeah. You're not wrong there. And that's the danger you have when a rookie's playing good. But Russell Wilson's got to do his thing. If Russell Wilson is doing his thing, the Giants are winning and he's scoring touchdowns, no one's going to be calling for Dart. If he sucks, they'll be calling for Dart. So that's not Russell Wilson. He's a veteran. He's a big boy. He's got to put his big boy pants on and figure it out. So Anthony says, real quick on Neal, he ran with the first team for a bit today. I have to say I was kind of impressed. I want to see the all-22 and take a look at the pass protection specifically. That's my biggest concern with Neal. But, I haven't had the chance to see that, so we'll have to see. Anthony says, much as I'm fanboying over Dart right now, I do think he should sit a few weeks. Thank you, Anthony. Jay says, the comments are so drunk. This is great. All right. Jameis Winston, famous Amos in there. So let's see here. We got 21-yard line under center. And looks like a fumbled snap. What happened here? So, yeah, the ball wasn't snapped and everybody else went. So it makes you think that everybody but the center seemed to know when you're supposed to snap it. It was a snapper issue, not crab legs. Not crab legs, Jay. Snappers. He says Crab was going to throw a bomb. Drew, watch. Did you say famous anus? No, I did not say famous anus. Oh, my gosh. All right. First and 15 there. I'm curious who was the center so I can find out who that was there, but here we go. Ward gets a couple yards, gets at least most of the penalty back. decent run for him. Again, he's playing against scrubs, though. We're at that point where it's like I have to say that every single time. They're playing against scrubs. It's a scrub you're beating up. You go Jameis Winston to little Jordan Humphrey. Anthony says little Jordan Drew's favored. He sucks. It's okay. He caught the ball for once. Yay. Use your hands. There we go. Jameis Winston, though, really should just tear up right now. Like, he's going against such scrubs. He should be, like, looking Pro Bowl caliber right now. Shotgun formation, empty. Oh, 5 receivers out there. Jameis Winston, all the time in the world. Gets it out towards Gunnar Olszewski, who can't get his little stubby T-Rex arms near that ball. This says if we start Winston, no one's ever going to boo or ask for a dart because we're going to be having so much fun eating wins. Listen, I was all for Winston. I was excited when we got him. I didn't want necessarily Russell Wilson, but we got him. Got to figure it out. All right, Jameis Winston, here he goes. Toss the ball to there we go. Jermaine Terry, the undrafted rookie free agent there with a nice, decent run after the catch there. Let's see, they're showing the replay here. Nice play design. That's a nice play design, guys. If you look at the way that opened up, Gunnar Olszewski and Wells on the blocks there, which is like the last guys you really want blocking for you. I'm going to say that up front because those guys are so tiny, but good play design, though. All right, shotgun formation for Jameis again. About the 43-yard line. Got a little bit of pressure coming, but he gets the ball off in time. Flag on the play. It's going towards little Jordan Humphreys. Jason must be pass interference to the defense. So automatic first down to the spot of the foul there, guys. But yeah, Jason must be humbling playing his vacuum salesman as a former number 1 overall pick. Yeah. And it's just the vacuum jokes without Rob. That's no fun. It's okay. Rob's here to spirit. Oh my gosh. All right. 1st and 10, guys. So we're at about the 37-yard line here. The Giants had the ball. Shotgun formation again. Turbo back in the game, by the way. Got some pressure. Jameis getting out of it. Toss it deep. There we go. There we go. David Cambry. There we go. This is the kind of talked about before. Really, really good special teamer. Really only played special teams in college. The Giants saw something they liked. There he goes. There he goes. Jackson with the dart. Oh man, we look like we're certainly going 0-17. Oh my god. Jameis bomb. There we go. 1st and goal. Winston get hit and sacked. And sacked. Yeah, this is my bad, Drew. I've been trying to wait. No, it's okay. It's okay. Who gave up the sack? I want to see. Can't see it, though. 2nd and goal, though. All right, here we go. Toss the ball. Overshooting Wells, who didn't also put his hands up at the ball either. At least put your damn hands up. At least pretend like you're going for it. Oh, my God. Phil Simms just said he's all juiced up. Listen, I have a lot of respect for Simms, what he's done for the Giants organization, playing wise, media wise, but he's getting bad. He's definitely getting bad. 3rd and goal, guys. As Jackson Dart said, if I was in the game, be a touchdown. Ooh. 3rd and goal. At the 12-yard line. Shotgun formation, empty backfield for Winston. So they call a timeout. Definitely. Oh, delay game. That's not good. So, yeah, they're ripping into Jameis, by the way. Because he did have a guy open. He could have checked it down to take the sack instead. Now delay a game. Dable's getting pissed. Dable's getting pissed. By the way, is it just me or does Dable say 22 Brian Dable? don't know if the diet plan failed, but he's looking like our old Brian Dable. Winston, here we go. Shotgun formation, a toss in it. Oh, wide open was Wells. Couldn't get it. 4th down. It's time for the field goal. Let's see. Let's see if we got that. See the toss. Yeah. It's a little short. 1 or 2 more yards down, it would have got it. Okay. There we go. Jason, I love goofballs talking about diet plans. Feeling like, what the fuck? Oh, listen, I'm 6'7", 255 pounds. I can't be called fat. I think that's a reasonable weight for being 6'7", 6'7", 255. As and he says, whoa, Jay, we have hope. Its name is Jackson Dart. He says, yes. Oh my God. Let's update there as we got the field goal was good though. So the Giants now 24-6 there as they're just quite frankly beating the crap out of the Jets in this game here. All right, there we go. Updated score. Defense is back on the field, guys. Giants win at a blowout. Jay says yes, but again, it's preseason. It's preseason. Dorothy says, how to get all the numbers get taken so that Winston has to wear 19. What number? What do you want him to? I think he's worn a couple of numbers, has he not? I'd have to look it up. I can't say. The only number I know is his equal ratio of touchdowns to interceptions at that point. So kickoff is starting, by the way, here. A little short. Got him at the 4-yard line. Nice coverage, though. Couple flags, though. It's like 38 was on the initial tackle of Makari Page. Personal foul. Double team block on the receiving team. There we go. So, yeah, he's worn 3, 2, and 5 in his career. So now 3, 2, 5, and 19. It's all good. Let's see here. Chase says this game is going to NYG Twitter so bullish. Yeah, that's what happens. Like I said, that's why I say we can't get too excited. It's preseason. Anthony says, I can't remember the last time the Giants were on the correct side of a blowout, preseason or not, Drew. I'm going to say it was the final Eagle matchup of 2023. That's the blowout. Hold on. I'll get that in a second here. We got under center for 1st and 10. Got a quick run. Giants are like getting dragged. They should have stopped like right behind the line of scrimmage, but instead they get dragged. Garcia is in there getting dragged. Trying to see who else it was. Jay says, AC, if you keep saying blowout, Rob is booking a flight to Tijuana. Please stop. Oh my gosh. So yeah, you're right. So yeah, end of the 3rd here, guys. We're going to the 4th. Fourth quarter. They always used to make us do when I was playing high school. Again, not that I was any good. Not name dropping or bragging, Jay, before I get accused of it. Used to always, all the team had to go on the sidelines going 4th quarter, put the 4 up. So let's get this changed now for the 4th quarter for the Giants blowout win here. Okay, there we go. 4th quarter. As Jay says, let's eat a W, and then gives the crab symbol. Oh my God. No Name says, so we got the Scottish hammer, and our field goal is from Ireland, the Irish smasher. I thought he was also Scottish. Graham Gano, I thought was Scottish as well. Let's see. Yeah, Scottish. He's Scottish. I thought so. I had to Google it to verify. I also don't know why this Facebook thing keeps on putting the original comment all the time. It does. But yeah, he is Scottish. Now the Irish kid is the backup. Oh, you're talking about the backup kicker. Jude McAtomney or whatever his name is. He is the backup kicker. But he is Irish as well. So it's an all Irish Scottish kicking team at that point there. You know, must be horrible for everybody in the special teams room at that point. Bangers and mash or whatever they eat there. I don't know. Yeah, he said no, the guy field goal from Smiley. Yeah. Like I said, I forgot he was from Ireland because I'm not even thinking about him because I don't think he's going to be on the roster at all. Yeah. So yeah, and that's why he's on the practice squad probably going forward because he's a international player, so he doesn't count actually against the final roster. It's like a free extra bonus player you get with the way the international program works. That's how the Giants have had him there. Jason, can we beat KC, Drew? Listen, you keep talking like this, we're going to give you a cup to pee in. Say, man, it's a preseason game. Let's not get too excited. So real quick, they're on the telecast talking about their shows. Just to let you guys know again, we're going to do the same as last week. After the game is over, we will start doing our post-game coverage there. That will be in a different video. So you got to go back to the homepage and go back from there because we need to have to be a separate video so we can use it for the audio podcast and all. Plus, people don't want to watch the whole play to get the post-game at that point either. So we do it as a separate video. About a 6-yard catch on 2nd and 7 to Skinner. Not Bobby Skinner, but the Jets Skinner. All right. Let's see. Alexander with the pressure said. Jason's piss is radioactive right now. I'm foaming at the mouth. Oh my God. I can tell. You're way too excited. It's a preseason game against the Jets. Have the Giants sunk that low that we're this excited about a preseason win against the Jets? 3rd and 1. And this is going to be close to a first down. They're saying he's got it. Yeah, there's a very aggressive spot the line judge gave him. So, yeah, that'll be just barely a first down. As we got a man down here, number 40 for the Jets there. That's Donovan Edwards, the rookie running back out of Michigan there. As Jay says, Dable looks fat or Super Bowl or bust, burst. Yeah, that's what I said. He's got some weight back. Look at him. He's flipping out, though. He's like how red he is. You can see the red to the tan even. Sheesh. I love the energy he's got, though. 1st and 10. So got about the 22-yard line there for the Jets there on first down. Running the ball, getting a decent amount of yards, and this cameraman seems drunk based on the coverage we're getting here. Didn't seem to know where to go at all. They should have started the schedule here. Anthony says Mahomes, he's the best quarterback in football right now. Damn straight he is. You can make the claim he's one of the best ever. Quite frankly, I mean, it's not a ridiculous statement at all. Say he's one of the best quarterbacks ever. As Anthony says, we do have Fat Dave's backward and Jordan's. 2nd and 4, guys, as there's a 6-yard gain in first down. Notice another rolling out instead of doing the run, fakes the run. And another guy wide open. Giants cannot cover anybody at all. That's KJ Cloyd on the coverage there, guys. As Jay says, we played the Chiefs pretty well last few games. Well, we'll see. Again, they're talking about the toughest schedule for the Giants. Again, I don't buy that crap whatsoever. Toughest schedule, my ass. Everybody in the NFC East has that same exact schedule. There's a couple games difference. All right. 1st and 10 for the Jets there at about the 44-yard line. Got some coverage there. I mean, some pass rush going there. But again, a guy wide open towards the middle of the field there. I mean, doing the sidelines at all, going right towards the middle of the hashes there. Ball did come out the same down by contact there. Dante Johnson, the guy coming up with the ball, and confirmed by the refs. Ball was out after the player was down. So Jace is a fat middle-aged guy wearing Jordans. Ugh. It's okay. It's okay. All right. I don't know what he's mad about now, but Dable looks pissed this entire drive, probably because we can't cover anybody. 1st and 10. The common thread in this drive. Another guy wide open down the field. Did I mention we need to be actively looking for backup secondary? Actively looking. Like nobody near this kid at all. Number 39 is the guy who came running. Looks like he's the guy who dropped the coverage. That's O'Donnell Fortune, undrafted rookie free agent out of South Carolina. Again, if he's in man coverage, that's an issue. He sucks at man. He's really good at corner. Needs to really move to becoming a guy he developed for the safety position. But let's see. 1st and 10. The ball's about the 16-yard line now. Oh, just thrown away there as pressure was coming big time there from Trace Ford, who's shown up a little in these late snaps he gets there the first 2 weeks here. Again, late playing against scrubs, but maybe he's a guy to keep on the practice squad and try to develop. I think that's an achievement for him, honestly, at this point. Hate to say it that way. I know it sounds kind of condescending, but I don't think it's condescending. Let's see. 2nd and 10, guys. Shotgun formation again. Giants have a whole bunch of people to attempt to cover, but won't be able to cover. And like I said, wide open. Ugh. Like I said, it's getting bad. Arc green on the coverage. Like it's nice they're winning, don't get me wrong. But it's hard to feel good about it. I'm just watching the secondary get blown away again late in the game. Back-to-back weeks. Our backup secondary is making guys look like Pro Bowlers. It's an issue. So, all right. 3rd and 2. All right. Quarterback under center. A little bit of motion there. And it looks like it's going to be a handoff. And, of course, the first down. Because the Giants can't stop the run, can't stop the pass late like this. Edwards on the run. About a 4-yard gain. So, ball is about the 3 or 4 yard line there. All right. Let's see here. I do see your guys' comments. We will get to it here. Just going back-to-back plays pretty quickly here. So trying to make sure we do cover the game there as well. So I'll get to you guys in the commercials, I promise. Shotgun formation, 1st and goal. And it looks like it's going to be a run for Edwards again. He's got literally runs into his guy. So Ford again with a nice play though in the stop though. Looks like he's hurting a little getting up. Either he's gassed. I'm saying gassed. Actually, you can see him huffing and puffing. They're all huffing and puffing though. This defense is hurting right now. You got Jordan Riley. You saw they're huffing and puffing as well. All righty, here we go. 2nd and goal. Shotgun formation. Trace Ford's moving up to the line, and blitz is on. Oh, wide open. Did you get that? They're saying touchdown. Oh my gosh. Another guy wide the hell open. Like I said, I just, yeah, not great. So this backup secondary, guys, is just horrible. Like there's McCarty Page, they said the guy who got the interception earlier. And yeah, that is a touchdown. That's a damn good catch for him. That's Skinner. Quentin Skinner. He's been look good actually for the Jets in this game. He's on the ground after celebrating though. 2nd point attempt we're going for here, guys. They're like, oh, we're going for 2, and Carl Bates like, why not? Oh my gosh. Here we go. Shotgun formation. Edwards is the lone back there, a little bit of motion, and it's going to be a pass. Wide open again, but dropped the ball. Wilson dropped the ball. Well, we got a 12-point lead, which just seems weird in football, but oh well. Yeah. All right. Got a commercial break here, guys. Let's get to your comments there. Let's see here where we go. Andy says, I do believe that we will not beat the Chiefs. Sorry, homie. Jace says, who knows? All these preseason projections are based on previous year. We could be good and they could suck or vice versa. No, you're 100% right on that. I just can't imagine that the Giants get that good, but one game. That's one game. Jace says, lightning in a bottle. Like last time Rob was at an all-you-can-eat taco shop. Anything is possible. Anthony says, we won't see the secondary, though. Well, we hope not to see the secondary. We don't know. We have no clue. That's the problem. Is this team has a tendency to have a lot of injuries. I just gotta hope these guys we don't see because we pick up other people instead. As Anthony says, poor Rob. Every time you guys mention Rob, I'm gonna play the vacuum sound for you. That's all there is to it. But I can't even hear it myself because I got the headphones on for the game instead of the soundboard. So, Jason's damn, I never wanted Jihad Ward as bad as I do now. Jason's Carl Banks sucks. And so you can't blame him for being a different teams as towards the end of his career. And I think he went to the Browns even because he was asked point blank by Bill Belichick for that. So didn't he say watch out for Russ running the option? Yes, he did. Again, I like Banks, but he's such a homer. It's not even funny because again, he worked for the Giants. He won't say anything bad about the team. He just won't do it. He's the forever optimist at that point there. That's, what it is. Dorothy says Carl Banks should be in the Hall. Yes, he should. 100% he should. And again, you're on the NFL all 1980s team. Anytime you're considered one of the best players of the decade, you should be point blank in the Hall of Fame. I'm looking for something real quick because I know this is gonna piss off Jay, so I got to put it here in the chat if I can find it. Here we go. How about that, Jay? Not just name dropping, also people dropping with photos with me and Carl Banks. Had to put it up there just to piss you off. As Andy says, whoa, Jay, Banks for the beast. I'll tell you, Banks is still a big guy. When I met him in that photo was 2 years ago. Actually, it's almost like 2.5 years ago. And he's still a big guy. And he's like 60. He's still a big guy. Jay says, didn't he tell Saquon to play when he held out like 5 times? By the way, in the end zone, the kickoff there, Jason, did he tell Saquon to play when he's held out like 5 times? I don't remember that part. And then Jay says, you're disgusting, Drew. Shameless. Damn straight I'm shameless. Yuck. And Jordan says, geez, how tall is Carl Banks if you're 6'7"? Yeah, he was a big guy. Like I said, like I said, I don't want to be mean about it, but he's not young. He's like 60, and he's still a freaking big guy. Let me see Carl Banks size. 6'4", 235. So yeah, he's a big guy. Jay says, well, Evan Neal is 6'7". He sucks too. Stop. 1st and 10. So Winston out there looks like, yep, Winston's still out there. Oh, screen to Turbo. It's turbo time. You should know what that means. 1st down. Because that's what Turbo does, guys. That's what Turbo does. Got an interview with Bruce Beck there with Paulson Adebo. At least when they cut away from the game this week, it's actually with Giants players instead of Bills players. But if you ever think you're getting anything meaningful out of Bruce Beck talking to players on the sideline, 1st and 10 again. Turbo. Decent game on the ground there. 2nd down. Looks like about 4 or 5 yards there. So let's see here. All right, here we go. 2nd and 5, guys. And I got to see your comments. I will get to in the commercials, worst case scenario. So keep them coming. Winston fakes the handoff to Turbo. Throw it deep. It looks like it was the Cambry. Was that Cambry? Yeah, Cambry. It looks like they're going back to the interview. It looks like Cambry on the drop there. Decent coverage, but 50-50 kind of ball. They both had hands in it. Again, Cambry was a guy that didn't get anything on offense basically whatsoever. There's a reason why that. A little weird motion there with the Turbo there. Shotgun formation, single back. Low snap. Winston still got it. Looking to throw deep. There we go. Zach Pascal makes his first catch of the game here. First down. Someone tell Phil Sims how to pronounce New Orleans, by the way. It's New Orleans, not New Orleans. Here we go. Another shotgun formation. Jameis Winston tossing it to a wide open. Whew. Was that Zach Pascal again? Yes, it is. 2 flags downfield. Probably coming back. Usually that's what always happens whenever they call it like that. I feel like it's snake bitten Giants fan here. Oh, no. Pat for the passer on the defense. Here we go. So that's on Eric Watts, the deep backup defensive lineman for the Jets there. I shouldn't even have to say backup. Everybody's a backup at center right now. There we go. Ooh. Late hit. Oh, it looks like Kingsley Jonathan, by the way, too, on that. Pushing him. All right, here we go. First and goal now on the 7-yard line. Time to update that score. We got to run. Ward lists about a yard. Be nice when we get Scadaboo in at that point. Or Eric Gray. I can't even say it. So Ward's gone. I feel bad saying it, but Ward's just he's doing an audition for other teams right now. All right. Here we go. Russell Wilson, the sideline, ready to go. All right, here we go. Second and goal. Kubis at center and Schlappen went moved over to guard. They're pointing out. Interesting. Jameis Winston is kind of chucking it. He's about to get taken down on second and goal here. So we got third and goal. That's going to be Bob Papa talking about how they have to make a decision. I think there's no decision to make a quarterback. I can't believe they're even talking about it as an option. DeVito is done. We know that. We all know DeVito's gone. All right, third and goal. Here we go, tossing it up. I don't what the hell is a flag there, so I'm hoping for a holding call. Juice Wells was the target, but let's see. Holding half the distance, first down. There we go. So stays alive the drive. Yeah. Obvious hold. All right. Here we go. First and goal from at the 4-yard line now. Six minutes left in the game, guys. Again, we'll have a different video for the post game. So if you go back to the page and you'll find that. Here we go. First and goal. Running it. Going to get down about the 1-yard line. Couldn't see who the running back was in this. Looks like it's Ward. I love every year. Like, this is going to be a year for tough rosters. There's just tough roster positions decisions every single goddamn year. Second and goal. I'm seeing another runs coming. Jameis Winston running it. You get in. Touchdown! There we go. Touchdown, Jameis Winston. There we go. Tell you that the fan base is excited, guys. And again, I'm excited that they're excited. I'm just nervous as well. This is back-to-back 30-point games. When's the last time we done 30-point games back-to-back? Look at that guy. He's got more chains than I do. You guys talk about my chain. Got like 5 chains on him. There you go, guy. You want another one? Needs to add one more to his collection. Extra point. Makatamni. There you go. You got it. I hear Bob Papa one more time at a kick say, right down Broadway. You have to use a different line, dude, eventually. All right. Here we go. I'm going to try to refresh this as well since Jay's saying it's like 5 plays against. Guys, again, If you haven't already, just a heads up as well. If you haven't noticed, you do have to subscribe to comment. Unfortunately, had an issue last play-by-play we did there with people that were spammers trying to comment like crazy. So just trying to eliminate that. Usually it's not, we don't require that. Just trying to get the spammers out there. All right, let's get back to your guys' comments here. Let's see here. This is get Turbo out of the game. We need to protect him. That's how crazy is that. That's what we're talking about here. That Turbo needs to be protected. Let's see here. Jay says, Drew, have you Googled Florida Man your birthday? What happened? Oh, I don't know. I'm a Florida man at this point, so I'm sure I did something stupid probably. Anthony says, if we don't carry Turbo on the roster, I might lose it. No, we have to keep Turbo. Remember, Rob and I were calling for him last year. Like he's gonna be an NFL player. I'm telling you. Through this is imagine if we keep Hyatt but not Turbo. Oh my God, I'll flip out. Jason, I think Nabers and Carter will be top 10 players in the NFL by the end of the year. Jay, I'm not used to your optimism here. This is crazy amount of optimism from you. Anthony says, Dorothy, that almost made me spit up my drink. Jace is so sick of Hyatt right now. You're sick of Hyatt at all times, not just right now. Anthony, Hyatt did run a good route before. Jace says Daniel Jones played kind of good today. I didn't even see that, to be honest. I'm done looking at everything he does. I wish him well. I really do. I can't keep following him every single thing. Jace says, wow, extend him. No name. Why is it that we see a running play why is it we can see a running play is not going to work before it starts? They don't audible out of it. Yeah. Jordan says, do they give DeVito the start of game 3 as a parting gift? No. Jay says he sucks butt. Jay, Giants with some ground and pound. His kickoff's about to happen here. Jay says, I just want to keep this moment. It feels so good eating a W. Anthony says, or they trade Winston to New Orleans for a third. I don't think you're going to get a third for Jameis Winston as the kick is off. Jason touched it like 5 minutes ago. Your Florida internet. A third of a meatloaf. LOL. Not even a full meatloaf. The meatloaf. Anthony says Giants scored almost more points in 2 preseason games than they did all of last year. That's yeah. And Jason, why Jackson Dart my QB? No name. Yeah, why they let guys, especially quarterback, wear chains on the field? Saw Dart with his on the outside of his shirt today. I can see it under Tom Cruise taped his chest. See it under Tom Cruise taped his to chest and all right moves. Football movie, yeah. I mean, someone's gonna get broken. They're gonna get hurt at that point. There, you know. Jay says, "Damn, they got a game off today because it was a blowout. What? Not ever seen this in years. I'm still watching NFL Plus." Anthony says, "I don't wish Jones well. He ruined my football season for too many years. That's because the Giants put him in a bad position. Point blank. I can't hate on Jones. As we got 1st and 10 here, guys, and decent coverage. That'll be help if he turned around. Look at the ball there. Dorothy says the way things are going right now, Mara might splurge for a large Dr. Pepper this time. Ooh, a Dr. Pepper, even medicinal purposes. We got 2nd and 10 here. So again, not to beat a dead drum here, but just because I got to say it because we're got a long delay here between plays. Again, post-game coverage will be right after the coverage here of this game play-by-play. So that'll be there on the same channel. Just got to go back to the channel homepage there. Got to do it as a separate video. 2nd and 10. Guy was wide open. Quarterback just couldn't get it to him. Jason's fun chat tonight. Thanks, everybody. That's my line. No, seriously, you guys have been great in the chat. Seriously. Much appreciated, you guys. Always appreciate it. See a lot of the names we see all the time here. Appreciate you guys coming on with us here. Like I said, we plan on doing play-by-play for every game basically this year that we're not at. We will be at the game again on Thursday. So this is our last preseason play-by-play. But we'll be doing a post-game coverage from the parking lot at MetLife Stadium on Thursday. I'm not sure if we can stream it live or we have to put it up after the fact. That's going to depend on what we can get help-wise for the streaming. 3rd and 10. Oh, nice play in the backfield there. There we go. KJ Cloyd finally making a decent play. As Anthony says, I'm watching it still, Jay. Yeah, like I said, if you're watching a streaming, you watch it. I know that. Dorothy says, Cook doesn't even know what college he went to himself. Never heard of him. Oh, my gosh. All right, guys. No Name says, oh, give me Dr. Pepper. And Jay says, what's Rob like in person? Does he really eat and drink everything in sight like Garfield? It's exactly like Garfield. As they're punting away in 4th and 11 for the Jets, it's exactly like Garfield, except for like instead of lasagna, he mixes up what type of foods he eats. But yes, it's mostly eating and drinking, and eating and drinking. That's about it. So Anthony says Cloyd with the big stop. Yep, like I said, finally. Oh, DeVito's coming in. DeVito's coming in. There we go. The best story of 2023. Can you believe that was 2 years ago now? How insane is that? That was 2 years ago now. Woo. That's insanity. Let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and do something here for you guys if I can. Let me see if it'll let me do it here. I want to give you guys the link in the chat to the next one so that way you guys have the ability to just pop on because I forgot to link the two like I usually do. By the way, I'm also seeing that Big Dash is live. So there goes your theory, Jay. He is live. He's doing his late night show there. Let's see here. Let's go to my channel so I can do that. But yeah, exciting game though, guys. Really exciting game. Let's do this so I can go ahead and get you guys that. There we go. This is the. I'm putting in the chat, like I said. This is the YouTube link to the next show we're gonna do there. No Name says lasagna and beer in a blender. You know, you say that, it reminds me of, I don't know if you guys ever heard of, it's a Chicago thing. It just happens to be here in Florida. There is a place called Portillo's, which is pretty well known in the Chicago area. And they make a chocolate cake shake. They literally put a whole entire slice of chocolate cake in the shake. Insanity. I think it's ridiculous. It is so good though. It's like 5,000 calories probably, and probably clogs an artery each time you drink one. But oh my God, is it so good. Let's see here. Notice this Roberto think he's too special to come in for this live game show. Oh well, he is. He's a VIP. No, actually, he's out celebrating his birthday tonight. So his birthday was just yesterday. He hit the big 4-0. So make sure you guys do wish him a happy birthday next time you see him. Like I said, it's a preseason game. If it was a regular season game, he'd be here. Not to like talk crap about our own coverage here, but it is what it is. It's a preseason game. It's Jesus, the same person. He can't be. He's on live right now while Darius Alexander's at the game. So, Drew says, I'm not ready for preseason to end and reality set in. Damn straight. That's my theory. That's why I'm trying not to get too excited. Anthony says, about to have some paisano power with cutlets and fedone. Oh, there we go. There we go. Anthony, clearly a Giants insider watcher too, because I know that's the one that you love to say that phrase. All right, here we go. DeVito throwing it in the backfield to Ward for -1 yard. This is why I'm saying Tommy DeVito probably not going to be in the game when the season starts. That's for sure. Not going to be on the roster probably. Jay says, DS, we were winning. Let's do preseason for 20 games. Cutlets. There we go. Little cutlets there. All right. DeVito back there again. Tossing it deep. Whoa. There we go. There we go. Deep, deep catch there for Jordan Bly. Wow. That's a nice throw and catch there. I love that the Giants are not taking their foot off the gas whatsoever. And that was a really good route by Bly, who was wide open. Like I said, DeVito will get a lot of the credit because he's the one who threw it, but Bly gets the credit because he's the one who had like 2 yards of separation there. As we got another quick toss there to Cambry for another first down. But yeah, Bly, of course, the son of ex-NFL player Dre Bly, if anybody's wondering. 1st and 10. Here we go. A ball right at the 20-yard line, guys. This Jets team is getting like, embarrassed, by the way. Here we go. Go for the end zone. Oh, no. Interception, guys. Interception. Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah. Throw it in double coverage with the guy wide open. Trying to get Montreal Washington involved. I couldn't see the guy was wide open, but right to the left of him, there's a guy wide open. And instead, you toss it to a guy with 2 people right near him. This is why I'm saying it's time. DeVito is a great story 2 years ago. No name says, damn it, Tommy. Now they'll cut him. They're going to cut him either way. I do think the Giants want to keep him on the practice squad, though. I don't know if he'll make it to the practice squad because I don't know if he doesn't see a path to actually starting probably. But I don't think anybody's going to give him a path to starting. Here we go. Giants gaming. What the hell is this? Why would I want a video game and talk to fellow Giants fans? Am I missing something in this? What this Giants gaming thing is all about? Like, when I'm gaming, I want to talk to people I'm gaming with, right? Is that the concept? All right, here we go. 1st and 10. Got to run a couple yards. I thought it was 2nd and 9. They didn't even show the first one. They were so busy talking about the gaming. 3rd down. Here we go. I like how they're saying, like, Sims is like, what's the status on Tyrod Taylor? And Carl Banks like, well, he has a knee. Yeah, he has 2 knees. All right. 3rd and 6. By the way, guys, we're going to give about 5 minutes in between the play-by-play that we're doing here and the post-game coverage because, quite frankly, I need to go grab a drink because my throat is so freaking dry from talking for almost 3 hours now. So, all right, here we go. We got the 2-minute warning here in the 4th quarter, guys. 2-minute warning. So, I don't think that play has anything to do with Tommy Cutlets when he gets cut or not get cut, but he's getting cut. There's no doubt about it. And it's honestly, if you ever use a roster spot for him, he's second backup for next year. No, you can get somebody just as good as him off the streets. I don't mean like any random guy can play. He play. I mean, like he's not any better than anybody else that's a free agent right now. Is what I'm saying. He's not that good. Twitter says the end of the roster cuts are so hard this year. Are hard every year. And he says that Cutlet's first interception tonight, sure. But yeah, definitely his first one overall, that's for sure. No name says, yeah, he should have thrown over the top, drop it in. Shake my head. He should have thrown it to the guy to the left. I don't know. Again, I don't know who that was. I couldn't see that. I was focused on watching the throw, not the other guys in the field, but that guy was wide open. That was a toss to make. Said he threw it to the guy double coverage. Throw double coverage, deal with double coverage issues. That's what happens. So, all right, guys. Again, I put the link in there before if you haven't already. Like I said, if you're on YouTube or Facebook or Twitch, you should get the link. I'm going to pop it in there again so you guys can go into the post-game coverage when we're done. Again, I'm sorry I have to do this 2 videos, but it just because it makes it easier for the audio podcast. Plus, it makes it people that watch the post-game coverage afterwards, they'll just sit through 3 hours of play-by-play to get to that. So, Dorothy says Fedoni versus Bo Collins. Who are you keeping? Depends on who we have healthy. You have 2 guys out in tight end right now, and Daniel Bellinger and Chris Manhertz. So you would need Fedoni at that point, but you wouldn't have to make that decision yet. So you can give it a chance, have both these guys on there, see what they do, and make the decision when they're both healthy. again, we'll have to see what happens. Time will tell. Anthony says, my bad. He has 3 total. Oh, you're good. I actually thought it was higher than 3. Probably when he has like 3 touchdowns too, though. So, and I'm curious. Tommy DeVito stats. Let's pull it up. It's not going to be good, guys. I'm surprised they didn't cut to his family, like crying with his agent. Let's see. Here we go. 3 interceptions to 8 touchdowns in 23, and no touchdowns or interceptions last year. So, yeah, this has got a good ratio. 3rd and 6, running the ball and getting the first down. This tells you how bad this Giants defense is. Backup defenders are bad. As good as the starters are, the backups are really bad, guys. So, all right. 1st and 10. So, do me a favor, guys. Also, feel free to put in the chat what you guys want to talk about in the post-game show when we do that as well. So, happy to take any ideas of what people are interested in talking about there into consideration there. 1st and 10. All about the 31-yard line. Another run. Oh! That's a hit. Ooh, TJ Moore with the missile shot right at him. And no timeout called. The Jets are like just letting the ball, letting the clock just run out at this point. So 2nd and 10. There's Howard Cross there. I think he's like longest tenured Giant like ever practically. I think he's like 3rd in most games played. So let's see. Here we go. 2nd and 10. And we're giving up a ton of yards in the ground again. It's an issue. If the Jets, if the NFL want to beat the Giants, that's how. This is, we only gave up 12 points. Can't be that bad. Oh no, like I said, I'm looking for issues. I'm saying it point blank. I'm looking for issues because a little scared that we can't stop the run. I just don't think the Jets are good offense. 1st and 10. Oh, high snap. He got it off though. Edwards again by 4 or 5 yards. Dante Johnson on the stop. Kept in Toledo. Remember, he was like a big star of the preseason last year. He's done crap for us this preseason. I think it's pretty safe to say that he's not, as good as we hoped he might be based on that preseason. 16 seconds left, guys. Show is over. We will see you guys just shortly in the post-game show again. I put the link up there for you guys. I guess I'm going to take a quick break there. Use the restroom. You get some drink here, and I'll be right back, guys. Again, appreciate you guys for watching as always. Go G-Men!
Thanks for listening to Two Giant Goofballs, a New York Giants podcast. We appreciate your support.
Thanks so much.
Please, I'm begging you. Please subscribe.